Hello, everyone, and welcome to Animazing Collector Circle Chat podcast, where we have different topics of anime. But before the topic, we have this five amazing people, including myself, that you may or may not have seen before. But if you haven't, we can introduce them once again. Let's start with the top left corner here with Brandon.
Hi everyone, my name is Brandon, and I have been watching anime for years, ever since I was a little kid. And one of the popular anime that I grew up with was Akira. So thank you so much for letting me join in this podcast.
Excellent. Thanks you for joining us. Next one on the list.
I don't
Elaine,
know. Is that me? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
to you.
Hi, my name is Eileen. I am a collector of anime DVDs and Blu-rays, and I am also a collector of swag. And swag is my favorite thing about anime collecting. Been watching anime since high school, but I've only been collecting since about 2002. So,
That's yesterday, right?
yeah, totally yesterday.
Okay, good.
Yeah, not talk about the album either.
And I'm Domino. I've been here on many shows now by this point. I collect a lot of different things,
Who are you
anime,
again?
manga. What? Domino. and and I do collect a lot of manga. As you can see, a lot of questionable manga back there. I got regular manga over that direction. It's nuts. But I also have figures, video games, you name it. But I don't have complete sets, unfortunately. I don't have room in this house for that.
Yet.
We don't have room in
Yeah,
that room for that.
I had a dream about bookshelves, but we'll talk about that later.
We'll circle back to it later.
Yes.
Roger?
Hello, as the elder statesman of the group, I have to say I've been watching anime since the early 70s. I started collecting anime sometime around 1991 with all kinds with Fist of the North Star and Vampire D and Robotech and all those kind of things. And of course, I run a small group on Facebook called Animazing Collection and Company. Of course we do keep the vagrants out and keep the cool people in. So I really love you guys. Thank you very much.
No.
I'm cool now. I
We're
didn't
You
know
are
cool.
that.
cool.
We're
Apparently
Yes,
we
cool.
are.
you
Okay, master of ceremony.
Well, no, we got Wade.
Oh,
Oh, yes, I am Wade.
hi, Wade. That's a nice thumb you have there.
Yes, I've been collecting anime since the uh,
Why aren't
early
you on
90s.
camera? Come on.
Laserdisc originated. Well, I would say originated, but were exposed. And then I was out of it for a little while. Then I got back into it. Then I met Roger. Well, and that's the rest of the story.
Uh,
And
That's
all went downhill from
Sorry
there.
about
yeah,
that.
I'm
You'll
sorry about that.
historic time to modern time. I like
that
that
is
though.
that is a problem because when I didn't have any friends who were collectors, it was easy for me to like be slow about it. But then the minute I had collectors, I was just like spurred to buy more stuff.
Yeah, I know that feeling. So you gotta grab the ball. Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe
I got to
the good
compete
stuff.
for it.
So you're saying
Yeah,
that once you went into the group, you bought more.
yeah.
Okay, so we're doing
Yeah.
our job
You
correctly.
run to other people and see their collection. Said, "I want that."
Yeah, Domino.
Yep.
Rather impressive, if I may say so.
So I guess I'll be last here. My name's Ed. I help moderate the group with Roger here. Somehow we keep the cool kids in and some people out, I guess. Um, we
I
do
mean,
promote buying and collecting physical media. I've watched anime since the 90s, so take that as you may. That's like yesterday. Let's go with that. But yeah, collect a little bit of everything. But I guess without further ado, let's go with today's topic here. Brandon, do you want to explain a little bit of your topic here?
Yeah, certainly. So what we have today is we're going to be discussing finding good deals for U.S. anime, as well as where do you purchase anime from Japan? Good websites and tactics and tips, to try to find the right deals and like winning auctions and that kind of thing. So I figured we could kind of dive into that.
And he
So
wants
if
to
anyone,
show all of our secrets.
The balls.
Yeah.
Nah.
You never find out Lean's secrets. She'll never tell till the day
Yeah,
she's right
yeah.
to the grave. Never mind
I'll
the little
I'll
peek.
tell you I'll tell you a couple of them, but I'm not giving away
Yes,
all
she
my
did.
secrets.
I'm very thankful. Sure,
Oh,
but
please
she
do
is very
tell. I'll write them down. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Well, I'll start with one. I just recently used Play Asia, which I use every once in a blue moon, because sometimes where you can't find anywhere else, Play Asia has it. And just recently, I ordered the Macross Delta movie mixed with the Frontier movie set for like $60, and it's like even more price everywhere else. So I was like, okay. And it has the English subtitles, so hey, what can I say? And plus, you can get a lot of games there too, and a lot of them you can tell which ones are made for multi-language, which is great. They call it like the Asia copy or something like that. And they're not bootlegs; they're just legit copies, and Play Asia sells them.
You
yeah.
will spend a lot of
To that
money there.
with
Mhm.
what was it, Hong Kong or something like that. I found a sort of online movie there, even though it's official, but it's not really. It's not like North American
Official Hong
or
Kong.
Japanese. So there are other continents in America or in the world that buy anime. So it's the way it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've dealt with Play Asia too, so
they're great for soundtracks too. Just saying,
They're great
yeah.
for everything. There's nothing bad.
Play
I do
Asia's
know some people like going to CD Japan.
yeah.
Like
Look at
Them
that.
too.
Wade supported right there.
absolutely. Personally, now, of course, I've played a little bit with the import stuff. I tried eBay, which is kind of dangerous because you don't know what you're going to get. You just don't know. So there's some risk involved in that. Of
You
course,
gotta
dealing
learn how to
with
read
other
eBay.
people, like I've dealt with some other stuff, other people, but because you just don't know if you're going to get your stuff or not. You give them a lot, you give them a little bit of money, then you give them a lot of money. You don't know. But right now, these days, I normally do most of my imports through Anna, through Tokyo Geek. I know it sounds kind of shameless, but she's the one person I know that can find the stuff. And there's a fee involved in shipping, but I can get the official stuff straight from Japan. So I want to give a big thanks to Anna for all her help with me and my group. Uh, I don't know what I've told her so far she couldn't able to find. So she lives in Tokyo, so
You need to
it
use her
can't
for
get much
something.
better than that.
Yeah, what's interesting is that there's a lot of different ways you can go about it. Like Roger said, you can have a person who lives in Japan and help you get items straight from there. Again, there would be a fee or whatnot, and then shipping. And then there's like the eBay route, like Roger also said, that you don't know what you're getting, but that's only really if you have just a printed picture on the posting. If they give you an actual item picture, it's usually a little bit better. I would still not really recommend that path for stuff
And
coming
you
outside the US, depending where you're at. Again, probably the better path for that would be either going through a proxy service, which I bet Brandon can explain a lot more about that than I could. But it's really just
I've
using a website that can help you go through, like in this case, Japanese websites or even any website and try to buy things from that standpoint. And then it
Right.
would just either ship it directly to you or it would ship it to a warehouse. And then, depending how many items you get from different websites, they consolidate and then ship it to you. So, and then there's other websites too that you don't even need anything like that as well. But those are usually harder and again usually don't give you many pictures as well. So finding a trustworthy source would be usually difficult in the end, but again,
a
there's
couple.
ways.
It's
Go
like
ahead,
a
Roger.
Crunchyroll, or Crunchyroll has a store and writes stuff. How long they're going to live, I don't
Yep.
know. They're ever changing. Also, there's a Tokyo Taco mode. If you're into like figures, if you like to
Oh
work with
yeah,
that,
They're
and
also good
figures.
for art books.
Now figures is a
Tokyo.
whole different story. There's a
Yep.
lot of
Yep.
websites.
Art book collection.
Well, I've used proxy for Bai, and actually, like, Bai is pretty decent in terms of getting it to you in rapid fire. But one of the things that I tell people that even if you're only an American DVD collector, you should check Bai for some of the rarer titles because sometimes you get lucky and they'll have like a copy that is relatively dirt, in price compared to where it is in America at the moment. I ended up getting a lot of really rare titles from Japan that were American releases, so you should definitely check it. if you're having trouble finding it anywhere else.
I've dealt with Mandarake on eBay, so they you can find decent deals on things, and sometimes you get unexpected things that'll pop up there that are very hard to find. Like sometimes posters and what else have I bought through them? Oh yeah, and
CDs.
DVDs.
Yeah, they're good for posters and wall scrolls or just bonus items in
Yeah,
general.
Yeah, it's been one place where we've had very little success is find all these extra additive things and got a couple little pieces here and there, but mostly I've been finding that the Blu-rays or the DVDs by themselves. I guess I have to leave all that to the swag queen and to Brandon to do that.
well,
Something I would actually like to add, as far as proxy services go, um, from Japan is actually a really good Tenso service. They work with many retailers from Rakuten to Animate to Toronto Ana, tons of other various retailers that really allow you to purchase some hard to find stuff. I mean, I've gotten a couple things like the Snow White with red hair storage box from Soft Map, and then Animate was another store I got the first one from. And they're really good because they're, in a sense, they're like eBay. So they do offer products that you can buy it now as an option, or you can place bids on items. So you can go in, you can place like a, let's say for instance, a 5,000 yen bid, and you can place that bid, and it shows up. It shows how many bids are running in real time, or you can place a sniper bid, which basically what happens is when you place that sniper bid, it doesn't pop up until I want to say it's like 5 minutes before close of auction. And there's been a couple of times where I've won a bid for that. So, like for example, I won a sniper bid on Erased, the storage box for that, for the Japanese Blu-ray box sets that they offered. But the thing is, going back to what you're saying about like images, image material, when you're shopping online, it is kind of a it's kind of a difficult thing because sometimes you may not trust what's being shown on the website, like with
Mm-hmm.
eBay,
Yep.
uh,
Or
but
Amazon.
typically,
Oh,
yeah, or
especially
even Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah,
yeah, they're
especially
Especially.
not
Amazon.
qualified pretty much.
You just don't know what you're going to get.
And so I would say like do your research before on the product that you're wanting to look for and really kind of discern what it is that you're looking for. I know with From Japan, it's very helpful to know the Japanese characters for the title that you're looking for. And I can actually send it through the chat, but there's specific kanji characters that they use for bonus items. Tokuten is what it is. And
Mm.
so you can, they've even got one for storage box. So like if you type in the kanji, two kanji characters for that, uh, you'll find endless storage boxes from like Konosuba to Attack on Titan and even earlier titles. And there's a lot of rare stuff on there. There's a lot of rare laser discs on there as well that
Nice.
people will be selling, and also exclusive like vinyls. They partnered with a company called One Map recently, and One Map is a company that works in the United States, and they offer programs to purchase products specifically through authorized retailers from like eBay to Kohl's and Macy's and Walmart and Target. And they'll sometimes offer great coupon discounts as well. I mean, I get coupons off Rakuten for from Japan, like 10% off, like literally every week. And so you got to finding the best deal. You'll have to spend some time to really kind of search and know kind of exactly what you're kind of looking for. But that's probably one of the best places I've found to be a good like proxy service. Also, like it was mentioned before, Ana is fantastic. Her site is really good. Um, and so I would recommend her as well.
Yeah,
As far as other places that you can purchase Japanese products, Animate International is really good. They now I will say they don't offer as much as the original Animate online store, but they do have a lot of the popularized products from My Dress Up Darling
Oh yeah.
to My Hero Academia. And they've got a lot, they're getting a lot of newer stuff like Spy X Family. Um, and you can actually buy, if you buy the products, like for example, Spy X Family, if you buy all 6 volumes on Blu-ray, whether it's together or separate, you'll still get the bonus items, but they won't ship until the final volume. But I recommend with that website, the bonus items do go very quickly. And I would try to order as soon as the items are up for solicitation. Um, so definitely try to pre-order the items so you can ensure that you get the bonus items if that's stuff that you're looking for. Um, but as far as that, I mean, with going back to From Japan, their services are awesome. They offer customer support, chat, and phone call, literally all the way up until your item is delivered to your door. And I mean, they're great. I mean, I've talked to them at like 3 in the morning before, and they're just an awesome service. And I just 100% recommend them. They are just amazing.
Well, in terms of buying things on the internet with no pictures, I've actually gotten lucky a lot of times on some rare titles that people who don't put pictures up and they sell them for really low prices. It's worth the $20, $30 gamble to get a $200 DVD if someone got lazy and didn't post it right. So if you want to take the risk, it would depend. Like Declutter is really bad about listing entire box sets as just volume one with the box.
Yes.
So
I took advantage
definitely
of
gamble on that one. I got an entire box set of
awesome
Paradise
deal.
Kiss that way
Mm.
because
I
they
even sell
listed
empty
volume
boxes
one.
with extra DVD, Blu-ray
Right, right.
DVDs.
So if you want to get stuff fast, cheap, go for Declutter. Look at their
They're
really bad
amazing.
listings and take gamble on those because
Like
they're
I said,
worth
I
it.
got all of Honey Clover for like $10 each set, and
Right.
they're complete.
I got all of Zegapane from them for like
There you go.
$30.
There you
Oh,
go.
That's
yeah.
really
After it
good.
after it was already expensive, it was like,
Yeah.
well, I ordered volume one and I got all six. So it was like, take a gamble, take the risk. It's worth it. Um,
Yeah.
anything else, it would depend on the price. If you're spending like $50 or more, I would not gamble on somebody's undetailed listing. I would ask questions, but be subtle
Hmm.
about it. Because I've had one where I asked questions, then they figured out it was worth money and they delisted it and relisted it.
Uh,
So you got to be a
Wow.
little subtle. Be like, can I have more pictures of this so I can see the condition? Don't ask them too many questions. Just ask them for pictures.
just ask for pictures. Yep.
Hmm.
What's your
Oh,
percentage?
I've done eBay with the best offer deal too. They had listed at $80, $90, and I said, "Well, I'll make
Yep.
an offer of 50." Well, they took it.
Don't try. You got to be careful not to lowball people who know what
Yeah,
they have.
well, I don't try to lowball either, but sometimes it's like sometimes they'll take it for less. I mean,
Yeah,
But if the listing's been there for like,
a
6 months
while.
and nothing's happened, I feel that's when you can try off or something.
yeah,
Yeah, my typical rule of thumb is either between 10 and 20%, depending on the item. And sometimes you know that a particular like catalog, for instance, they're asking $90 for. I said no. I have a,
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
and they say, they're kind of rare, but they say, after a while, I said, yeah, okay, you can have it for 25, and I'll go, okay.
It's
They'll
like
do
a
an offer.
if it's a niche thing, like there aren't a lot of people who care about catalogs and stuff like
What?
that. We're a very
Let me
niche
say that
group.
again.
It's a niche within a niche.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The,
it really
if
is,
they're
Roger.
when they overvalue it like that, it's because they think that they're in that niche where they think it's worth money, but they don't realize that there's like maybe 50 of us in like a region that give a crap.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm the only one.
No,
Uh,
I
No, you're
care
not the
too.
only one, but
I only care about official ones.
oh,
Hey,
the
eBay can
big,
be
big, big,
fantastic though, because okay, I'm looking at Declutter right now, and they have that Sola anime for $101, and I got
Right?
that Sola anime from a seller in Australia for like $40.
Wow, so
Wait,
it's just
And
proving
everyone,
the
and everyone
declutter
would be
can
very
actually overcharge.
I
yeah,
mean,
Carter
Yeah,
can overcharge, and that was one of them. I'm just looking at it right now because
couple
I was curious.
versions of it out. Put a couple
there are
versions.
just there are just people who think that they are holding gold, and
Mm.
it's more like
Yeah,
copper. So
yeah. If it's
And
going to
that's
be
how they
COVID
keep it
Volume
for
One,
years.
it's not going to be worth much.
Yeah,
Yeah, until they still charge $500 for Chobit Volume One. It's not going to be anything close to $2 to $3.
But that's gold, Roger. What are you talking about? Right, right,
Well,
Wade?
people who think it's gold. They're trying to convince them that the door is not a door; it's a difficult thing.
yeah.
I've had some
Roger,
surprises.
Roger is an optimistic shopper.
When I've done some search for like Japanese anime CD soundtracks and stuff, I started for a while there. I was going to Amazon Japan and searching on there. Well, sometimes they have stuff for really expensive prices. Then sometimes you can pick it up for pennies on the dollar. And when the shipping's more than what you paid for it, why not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Get some for like $5 or $6, and sure, it'll take 3 weeks going airmail or whatever. But or even they're going by sea, 3 to 6 weeks, whichever it is. It's a little surprises like that that makes it a little bit worth it, even if you do have to pay up on something later.
Mm.
Oh, I totally agree. Like with from Japan, I will typically use DHL as the service.
Mhm.
Granted,
Oh,
it's like between $50 and $60
yeah.
just for the shipping. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
there were times when I was paying the cost of the actual product just in shipping. So if
Right.
you double that, I
well,
mean, like you
Rip.
were saying, like sometimes it is worth it, and yeah, I
I'm
totally agree.
guilty.
Plus,
Yeah,
there's that sense of safety and security that your product's going to get there intact as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah, so
Because
you
there's
sign
been
up for
times.
Amazon, maybe use bubble wrap, and you're going to get some sort of crushed
Mm.
abomination when you open up your package. Oh no, it says open crushed in like an octagon. I got my
Uh, Amazon
That's why
JP actually does a bit
that's
better, actually.
more.
yeah. In terms of
Yeah, they
importing,
really do. Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
like double and triple their
people.
boxes.
Some
in,
people
in
don't.
terms of the proxies, I'm guilty of waiting until the maximum amount of warehouse time to ship everything. I'll be like, I'll wait until it's like the last month that I have or something, the last week, and then I'll ship all of it at the same time just to save that 10, $15 that they would have charged me for individual shipping.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting Japanese products,
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Lost Brandon.
Yeah,
Oh, we
Brandon.
lost you, Brandon.
uh,
no,
all right,
Okay,
there's
there
a
you go.
website
there you go.
I want to tell you all about. It's called Asylum Anime. It's this guy named Kurt,
Yep.
and he runs his shop in Pittsburgh, Kansas. And I actually go every year on November 19th with a bunch of my anime friends, and we just go on this pre-Black Friday shopping. And he'll offer discounts between like 20 and like 60% off stuff.
Hmm.
And I mean, he has stuff between anime cells, which he has over like 12,000 different animation cells, to figures, to art books, to posters, and it's just incredible. I know that he and some of the people he hires will actually go out to Japan like every like 6 to 7 months, and they'll go to like exclusive events and purchase products from there or win items from auctions and that kind of thing, and then they'll bring them back here and then they'll sell them. And I mean, it's just amazing. The store is really cool. It's in like a little warehouse building, and
Hmm.
he will also go to conventions
Mm-hmm.
as well. I've seen him at NakaCon, and I've also seen him at some other conventions as well. I know he's been up at SasabaCon as well, and the one in Atlanta. I can't think of the name of that one, uh, but yeah, he's been to several of them, and it's just amazing. So if you're looking to like buy stuff like in person kind of thing, I'd recommend checking out the Asylum Anime website and then finding out where he's like gonna have his shops at, because it's just incredible the kinds of stuff he can get. I mean, I've gotten it's a it's a LP music video of On Your Mark, the Miyazaki music video by Asa Chang. that was done, and then it got pulled from theaters years ago due to some controversy. And yeah, it's really cool. And originally he was selling it for, I want to say it was 80, and I was able to get it down to like $50.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So it was pretty
Nice.
awesome. So
yeah,
yeah,
I've done.
that's another place I recommend.
Yeah, I've
Well,
dealt with Asylum Anime through eBay and through anime self collectors on Facebook through an individual that's there. Since I mainly
yeah.
collect Chobits, and he had several Chobits pieces I picked up.
Oh, I've seen so many things at Chobits there, from like posters to clear files and calendars. It's
Oh yeah,
crazy.
I've
Uh,
picked most in several of the Ginga and Duga stuff he's had. But now it's got so outrageous. Even his prices have gone up on several things, and Chobits is one of them. So I've had to back off.
Yeah, the sell market has gone a little
Yeah,
crazy.
since they've started posting in the main auction houses in New York and London and some other places. Yeah, of
Mm-hmm. Yep.
course,
well,
overseas sales have taken off like crazy as well.
a lot of these small time anime stores have kind of moved to using eBay and other auction sites because they just weren't getting the exposure they wanted from other
Mm-hmm.
places. And I definitely recommend that if you go to an anime convention and you see somebody at a booth, collect their information, get like their websites and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, because sometimes they don't have an online presence and they're perfectly willing to sell you things over the phone,
Mhm.
especially if you describe what you want to them. I have one anime fix that they go to AWA every year and they never post anything online, and it's the
Oh
same
well.
with all the second and Charleses and everything. They don't have online
Nope.
listings. You have to go physically to the store and
Right.
check it out.
Yep.
It's
Well,
also
well.
about making a connection with those people as well, because
Hmm.
once you make that connection at a convention, and let's say you don't even buy anything, and you get their information, like you were saying, and maybe you see them at another convention, and you just chat up with them, and
Right.
you show up at like their store or whatever, and it is about making those connections, and there's been times where like um, Kurt will go and like specifically will find stuff for people that are looking for things, because they know them, and it's really cool.
So
I've
welcome,
also,
Jenny,
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey,
What can I say?
the silent drop.
Yeah,
Uh,
I silently dropped in like a ninja. I don't know what you guys are
Ninja
talking about. I saw the topic and I saw how
shopping.
long of shopping. Oh, okay.
Shopping
Yeah.
for
Our,
the
we're
deals.
giving our secrets away.
We
Oh,
need to hear your secrets, Jenny.
oh
Let's
yeah,
my
hear them.
God.
your secrets.
Actually,
Ugh.
introduce yourself first, and then tell us your
And then tell
secrets.
us your secrets.
Oh my God. Um, I'm Jenny and I collect a little bit of everything and do cosplay. Hello. Pretty much it.
Okay, now
Ooh.
So,
your secrets.
okay. What kind of secrets? I don't understand. Explain
How
a
do you
little
buy your
better.
anime? Where you go?
Oh my God. I guess anymore. I guess I'm boring. I go to Right Stuff or Sentai, or I guess with Amazon I'm kind of picky because their shipping is so bad.
yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll get like standards from them. Like if it's a standard release of something, like just a case. But I refuse to buy a limited edition, I guess, unless it's exclusive to them. And then I guess I'm taking that risk, but it just depends. I have a few people I buy from, but I don't really want to say who they are since they're like, you
Secret.
know, yeah.
Keeping your
You want
That's
to
too
give
much
So,
of a secret, then, huh?
them? Hmm.
Another way I've collected items is especially for my
Art.
anime ginga and duga of Chobits is I've looked on other groups that are outside of Facebook, uh,
Hmm.
like Anime Beta and some other groups that cater to cells, and I'll look at stuff people have posted, or I'll go to the cell pages,
Mm.
and if there's a contact, I'll contact them, and if I get a response, if they, if it says, so most of the times with people getting out of collecting, they want to get rid of stuff, and I've hit it pretty big in a few Chobits items like that.
How often does that work now these days? Anyway, I'm curious.
What's that?
How often does that work these days?
Well, it was a couple years ago that I hit it big. So right now, everybody's probably holding on to what they have and trying to get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I guess
sadly. That's another thing. Like, you lose a lot. Sometimes you lose some of those connections. Like, I had a guy that got a hold of a lot of rare Amniplex titles for me online. He ran a little bit of he was online and did some uh he would distribute some of those titles, so he had extra, and I did get a few for some people. Like plastic, what is it? Plastic Memories,
Yeah, plastic memories. Yeah.
like volume 2 or whatever, that's
Yep,
really
volume
rare.
2.
Yeah, I got a hold of one for me and then one for someone else at one point. And he had Astrath War set 1, I think,
Ooh.
was the one I was missing. Yep, he had that. And I'm trying to think if he had working or not. The one that's really rare. I don't think so. I think I got that one off Right Stuff, but um
it's something. Sometimes I just I looked at a title, said, I'll worry about it later, man. 1 year later, it's gone. It's already $900.
Like
sometimes you're
yeah.
waiting. You're like me, Roger. I'm like that sometimes too. I'll be like, I'll wait, and then I miss out on something. But
I've done that.
yeah, where
We've
you're
all
just, or
done
you
that.
forget, because there's so much coming out that you're just like,
Mhm.
oh, I'll come back to it, and then you come back to it, and it's gone.
And it's just random too at times. It's
Yeah,
like why
sometimes it
did it
Oh
is.
yeah, it
go out
really
on
is.
out of stock? Why?
Like that
Yeah.
stupid parade march or not parade march, a death
That's
march.
March Rhapsody.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Rhapsody.
Like,
I'm
Yeah,
so happy I watched that one because I actually liked it. A lot of people hated it. I'm like, hey, this is pretty good.
Well, enjoy the light novel if you ever decide to read it.
just buy Another World on my smartphone. It's the same thing.
No,
I
no, it's
have that. I
not.
have that. I have
No,
that
it's
one
not,
too. But
Roger.
oh, they're not. What
It's
is one
not.
better than the other? Or
Yes.
they just
Roger's
okay.
throwing the glove down. Damn.
That's nonsense.
He's like, this other one is the same as this one. Well, they're both isekai, so
Well,
Yeah.
Everything
yeah,
Roger.
but the premise
the
is
Roger,
not
you're
isekai
the
are
same.
starting to become very similar.
Yeah. Well, the light novels for Parallel World and smartphone are pretty decent to
How
read.
are they?
Yeah.
I wanna see the vending machine one
Yes.
because
Yes.
just because. I was like,
I was waiting
yes,
for that.
I'll
yeah,
watch anything.
yeah.
Some,
I'll try anything at this point. I think
Right.
you see so much stuff that you're just like, oh, that's really different. I'll give it a shot.
yeah, that's what I wanted. Just found out, something like that. Cooking in Another World with my absurd skill turned out to be a real good anime.
Is it really? Was it wholesome?
I think it's really great. If you like the Food Wars, for instance, or
Oh, okay.
you know,
If
Well,
you
like
then
want
not wholesome.
if you want Amazon at your doorstep practically.
I didn't think too
Oh,
many.
okay.
I didn't think too many this time around, and plus a lot of them got delayed because of COVID. Like the Near Automata has been replaced,
Oh yeah.
pushed back.
Oh, Nier is so good. The game is good, and
Both
the
are really
show's all right. So,
Even the bad ones, you got to give them a chance because sometimes they're, even if they suck, they're amusing for at least most of it.
Yeah, I give you
oh
that.
yeah.
Kind of
I heard
few-
the skeleton one was good.
Yeah, no,
The
I
Yeah.
liked it.
skeleton in Another World.
Yeah, yeah.
Skeleton Knight.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
opening wasn't bad too,
That
actually.
that show is actually really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you like the whole premise of someone being a little OP like an overlord.
Oh, okay,
Overlord
yeah.
made it better though.
Overlord.
Overlord is the original gangster. We all agree. But
I think the
Skeleton
light
Knight did a
novel's
good
on the
job
phone.
Skeleton Knight did a good job of telling it from a different perspective. Really.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now I got a whole slew of I'm a villainous in another world, or reincarnated villainous in another world, or I'm a bad guy in another world. And
We
they
all
keep
know what
I
the
became the
isekai
final
means.
boss.
I gotta be the boss. I gotta tame the evil people or
So
the
that's what
good
Yeah.
you've been
hero,
watching.
whatever it is.
They're gonna
A
ride that
show
money train.
a show you all need to see is called Eminence and Shadow.
I
And it's
heard of that
basically
one.
a
Yeah.
deconstruction of the isekai genre, only the main character is everything you would want in a protagonist, but he wants to be the background character.
He
Yes.
wants to be the
Ah,
bad
It is
okay.
guy.
amazing. It is so good.
pretty good. It's almost like watching, and in a way, it's kind of like another kind of like Code Geass. It's just all kinds of weird things going on at the same
Yeah,
time.
it really is, but it's a little bit more like campy. There's a little bit more like fan service to it, but like they did it intentionally as
feel like
like a joke,
I like
and it's
that.
just really cool.
I feel like the
Mhm.
manga explained him better than the anime does, though.
I like the manga better, but yeah.
Hmm.
That was pretty good too.
Yep.
Yeah, Goblin Slayer was another short limited edition. For
Oh,
about,
Goblin Slayer, yeah.
Like
Mm.
one of the better isekai
There
or
was so much controversy
There's
around that
only
show.
episode
Okay,
one.
I was
and
thinking,
or just like
"Hey,
Gate.
let me find a D&D related anime that me and my dad can bond over.
Uh-oh, no.
5 minutes in, I was like, what the hell did I just pick?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes with
yeah.
anime you don't know what you're getting into sometimes.
Yeah.
Right stuff is pretty good about telling you, but when you're going to watch it on a streaming service, sometimes no, they're not rating them right. And I think that
Right.
was the controversy with Goblin Slayer.
I think they changed it now on the streaming sites for that show, but yeah, when it first came out, no, they
It was
didn't do
PG-13,
anything.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, and
when
people
it
were
first came out.
mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they thought
Over
it
the
was fine.
They had the same controversy over Shield Hero, and that felt like that
really
felt
Yeah.
complete.
There was
That
nothing
felt
wrong with
completely
Shield
like
Hero.
They
that
did.
felt completely like a missell to me because I was expecting it to be some sort of controversial topic, and I was just like, oh, well, this is fine.
I mean, there wasn't
Yeah, there wasn't anything
This ain't
that
any
bad in
worse
that.
than True Blood. I don't
one
know.
issue with Shield Hero. There wasn't enough violence. And there would need to be more violence in that show.
oh yeah, they really toned
Oh,
it.
gory, yeah.
Someone wanted more dark moe in their show.
Yes, he did.
And there was a
Oh
what
no.
like it called like Skeleton Knight in Another World or something like that. That's like they decided to take Overlord and Shield Hero and put them together. Let's make this Skeleton Knight Another World and let's see what happens with that.
Not
That's
really the combination.
a good light novel on its own. I
Actually,
mean,
wait,
the anime doesn't do it justice.
It's going to
I'm
be
looking forward. I'm
Mhm.
looking forward to Mashal. It's like Mob Psycho
Yeah.
100 meets Harry Potter. It's gonna
Okay,
be so
okay.
good.
Wow.
Basically, this
I
guy
just
gets enrolled at
I
a
just
You
imagine
magic
like Harry
school.
Potter with psychedelic colors and stuff going
Oh
on
no,
and
he's got massive muscles. Like
oh my
Muscles?
he just
god.
goes in and he like bench presses in the middle of the woods, and I'm like, what's this guy doing? Like, seriously?
Wait, you don't bench press in the middle of the woods?
I
He's
mean, I'm
being a
not that
real man
good.
in the
Good
middle of the woods
times.
bench pressing.
Yeah, he is. He's being a true main character, not some
The true
background
main
character.
character. Yeah.
Apparently in Japan, you're not a man unless you go punch bears in the woods or something. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. That's how you level up.
Yeah, yeah.
a little bit more serious subject matter. When the heck are we going to get V0 season 2?
Hell yes.
I haven't even finished
Where's that?
watching.
Brandon, Ed,
I'm
somebody.
actually fine with not seeing physical release
I don't
of
know.
that.
I mean, the original
My
like the
god.
anime was a great advertisement for the light novels. You know, they were basically like ended it, and they should have had a caption. They're like, "Go buy the light novels," you know. But yeah, I mean, I hope it shows up eventually. I mean, I can't imagine it coming out anytime soon because I know that the animation studio has a lot of other projects that they're working on. Um, but yeah, I mean, hopefully, I know there's a following for it. There's a lot of fans out there that want it, so hopefully it'll happen.
If we got season 1, the Blu-ray, and it's streaming on Crunchyroll, why can't we get our physical copy of ReZero season 2? Or I guess technically season 3. But whatever, just some of these things like Recreators, it'll never come out of Amazon ever.
Oh yeah, Recreators I
Yeah,
heard was really
it's
good.
stuck in Amazon jail.
Is it?
I know. Maybe eventually I'll always cross my fingers and hope,
Makes you wonder
you
if
know.
Amazon bought the physical release rights and are just holding on to it.
Yeah, just like Harmony
It
Gold.
might be.
That's like Banana Fish. Where's my Banana Fish
Ah, that
physical?
I want.
Am-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazon just sits on everything, and it
They
irritates
do.
me. It's like
It's always sad when they get something, or Netflix sometimes really do.
Yeah,
Sometimes, but Netflix is a bit better.
so they don't
Lately.
even have that.
Netflix will at least let Sentai have it after a while.
Oh well,
Yeah.
they okay.
Yeah.
They're like here, Sentai have our leftovers. There you go.
Kind of. Yeah.
Kind of. Buy our stuff. Well, at least that's way they get some, I guess, some rarer stuff than just fan service.
Japan's getting a
So-
little smarter about limiting how long they get to sit on it before they take it back and sell it to someone else. So
Hmm.
Okay.
And I heard that the Sentai actually has another distribution company working with them since they're pulling. There was some sort of weird story that they're going to write stuff. It's not going to be carrying any of their stuff, and then
Yeah.
Night Stuff said, nope, we're going to carry their stuff. But then Sentai mysteriously said we have a new distributor that we're
Yeah.
going to take care of our anime with, and we're going to
Hey,
pull out in certain key areas from.
Yeah.
that needed to happen. That needed to happen because
Yeah.
Funimation and the Sony monster
Like,
basically is
Sorry, Christian,
the
why don't you-
Sony monster can eventually put enough pressure on them, like monetarily, to force them to sell out to them if
Hmm.
they didn't switch to their own stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking too.
And also, many people don't understand what this distribution really means, really. So they're
And
worried
that way
at the time
they're
it's
not
terrible.
giving them money too, because I would assume,
Yeah.
or wouldn't they be when
Oh,
they're
for sure.
using them for shipping?
Hundred
Absolutely,
percent. 100%.
absolutely.
But then, is their shipping going to be good anymore? Like,
That's
are
the
they going to
question.
be? Yeah, that's going to be the big thing.
Yeah.
Time to order and see, I guess,
Hmm.
and see how it goes.
Yep.
Well, if they get too big, they get broken up. But at the same time, until that happens, they could really, put the pressure on Sentai.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now not so
I'm
much.
actually really, I'm actually really curious to see how the prices are going to be affected
Mm.
as
If there's
far
gonna be
as
the
like
sales, yeah.
with
Well, the
with
sales
light
recently have
stuff.
been
Yeah,
pretty
if the sales will
mediocre.
be
Well,
happening and
Sentai has
Yeah,
my
yeah.
money.
I
They don't.
agree that the sales have been nowhere near as good as they were a few years ago,
Hmm.
even.
Oh
I
yeah,
Yeah,
I totally
straight
agree. I
out.
also think that like with the competitive market, like with Sentai, I wonder if Sentai will even be running as many sales as they do throughout the year.
It won't really hurt my feelings though, because Sentai is actually legacy ADV, and they
Hmm.
have my money. They can have all my money. I will give them 100% of my money because they treat the anime series a lot better than anyone else does, and some of their stuff is
Discotheque.
so exclusive.
I think
Discotheque.
Okay,
everybody has their fan, you
Discotheque
know.
is our zombie baby.
Now,
They are good at pulling the stuff everyone else overlooked.
But
Yeah.
I'd
But
say they treat it better, except for limited editions. They don't do those
yeah,
ever.
yeah,
And I'm fine with that, them
Although,
not doing limited
hey,
editions, to
Swag
be
Queen
honest.
prefers her limited
a
editions. Thank
couple of
you.
those limited editions on Discotech, but if they did put out box sets like the ADV did, they would be literally be the new ADV. They're the only ones that actually do any kind of explorative type anime. Like putting out Yurtsi Yatsura, I didn't think anybody would after Animego lost their license and all that. But they are the dark horse. So if they really start getting away from these little thin sets and little
They
things.
don't have the money.
I
Well,
know,
They
right?
can't even dub something. They don't have the
Sentai
money to do a limited edition.
Yeah,
so
that's part of
Yeah,
it.
Sentai
no, they
is
don't.
That's
They
what
really
I'm
don't.
thinking.
Good, man.
Sentai is ADV. Basically, when ADV went
Yeah.
under, they
Yeah.
split it all up into like multiple businesses. But Sentai got the majority of their good stuff.
Hmm.
It's like all their good people went there. So they're not going to give up on their business model.
No,
That sells
at
stuff
least
for
not
them.
easily.
So no, they're going to fight that.
Well, I think they're smart too because
Mhm.
they do offer at least some of a discount. I don't
Mhm.
think the Funimation Crunchyroll thing is gonna. I don't know if they're gonna offer really good discounts. I know they up their prices,
Yeah, the
Well,
so
how
that's the
many
problem
anime
there.
companies had a dollar sale? Not anybody but Sentai. Sentai's the cheapest sale prices, but
Well,
they,
I
they
think
if
they
they
were
if
trying
they
to
raise it
liquidate
to
their DVDs.
if
yeah,
they
they're
were
trying to get
yeah
rid
they
of the
are
DVDs.
That's why.
Yeah, I
they
That's
think
are
so
why they
too.
did
Yeah.
it. They want to get rid of that extra stock of those DVDs.
Yeah.
Even though I did buy them.
Oh yeah,
I
we
did
all
too.
did.
Yeah, we
I
all did.
that
Yeah.
was like $100 of my life right there. I got such a big box out of that, but at the same time, like it used to be, you could buy when you buy the limited editions, they'd cut the prices almost to a third.
Hmm. Those were nice.
I've got
Yeah,
Sometimes, yeah,
that was nice.
if they were still around. I know
Yeah,
some
that
would
too.
sell out, and that's another thing. Like you don't know what's gonna sell out sometimes.
But the thing is, now with limited editions being at least the suggested retail price being $200, and then they're saying, "Oh yeah, it's on sale for like 100 or 120." It's
Ugh,
like, is that really
yeah.
a deal or a price or a sale? It's like, I think they're just inflating the original price so they can say, "Oh yeah, it's on sale," even though that's like the
But
actual usual
that's
price
another
they should
thing
be
too.
charging.
So the value is $250, but we're selling it for 180. Yeah, but it's selling up, sell down. That's a common
Yeah.
thing.
Well, even the Funimation ones, like you're getting a movie for what was it, like $70, and then the discounts like maybe was it 50,
50
like
usually,
60?
yeah. Yeah.
53,
It's
53,
still
54 seems to be
yeah,
the general sale price now.
yeah.
But I play
Mhm.
Yeah, it
it's
really
mostly
does.
It
4K.
Yeah.
used to be cheaper. It did. Yeah.
The old days of $19 is over. The
I mean,
sale.
I
do you
know.
guys
I'm sounding like an old lady now because I'm like, I remember
I remember
when
remember
it
those
when
used to
days.
be cheaper.
remember when Right Stuff used to have like their clearance bin and you used to fill up on their clearance
Oh
$3
my
DVDs?
God,
That was
yeah.
the
Remember when
days.
they used to tell you how much of something they had left? When they had the little counter and it would
Oh,
tell
yeah, they
you.
did. Yeah.
Oh my God, that was
That
awesome.
was too much
Yeah.
information for us.
I miss
I
like
guess they're like,
Apparently.
take that away from them. They
I miss
don't need
the
it.
12
I
days
don't
of
even know about
Christmas
that stuff.
of a few
That's
years
probably
ago
true
when
pounds.
when you can get box sets for like $10 and they
Oh
were like
yeah, where they'd be in the clearance bin for
Hmm.
like $10.
oh, when it was the 12
Really,
days.
Luther?
So it'd be like one day they would add like 100 new items, and the second day would be another 100 new items, and like half of them would be like $10 box sets, and you're like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I
I
miss that.
remember that.
Yeah. Well,
They don't
one
do
thing that haven't been reducing their prices very much is Robert's Anime Corner.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
They
Oh,
can't
here,
really.
Boy.
Okay, they
here we
can't.
go.
They
Here
cannot
we go.
afford to do that. They're an independent. You know that better than
They're
I do.
Yeah.
they're small, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they well in
Yeah.
relation,
Small
but they're still big in regards to other kinds of
Does
shows.
he ever go? Did they ever go to like cons?
No,
Yeah, they used to.
they used to.
They used to,
yeah, I don't know.
because I had never seen him at a con, so I just kind of
They've been
wondered.
around for a long time, and they're kind of like Macrossy.
Well, what about Media Blasters? We haven't talked about Media Blasters at all.
Here's the thing: the company that's been rebuilding itself again because they went
Yeah.
almost into the abyss of the falling out. They started putting out burnt discs, to
Hmm.
try to save money, try to get some sort of presence, and now they're starting to release, re-release their old titles
Yep.
on Blu-ray.
Yep.
I feel
So,
like
and Media Blasters is a company in flux. So you don't know what's going to happen with them unless they can land a big title like they did with Berserk. That like their one big title, or was with that Magic Club was pretty good. Was all right back in the day, and Ray Earth was pretty good. But they're mostly catered to like unknown titles that nobody ever heard of before. So it's almost like the earlier precursor to Discotheque.
I
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like
I agree.
I feel like them and Sentai and like I don't know, Anime Ego should join forces against the Sony monster.
It's gonna be like a.
Fire.
Sorry,
It'll be like
gonna-
one of them Sentai anime where everybody's like
there we
get
go. Yeah, that's what
they
I
get a
was
piece of the robot, you know.
thinking.
right. I'm the left leg.
I've seen Media Blasters at
Hmm.
cons a lot. Like they'll
Yeah.
sell for
Oh yeah.
sure,
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
I've bought a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
stuff from
that's
them.
nice, choice stuff.
and they sell stuff really cheap.
Pretty much them and Discotheque are the only ones still going to conventions to sell
Hmm.
DVDs.
Yep.
Yeah, they're completely geekish. They're
Which,
kind of
which is sad because like everything's Merc now.
Well, the
There
big
are,
names go to Anime Expo.
Well, I wouldn't say
That-
yeah.
Markdown would be the right choice, but
yeah.
They can have all my money. I don't care.
Its usefulness.
Yeah, all
but
the big name companies that sell, they do go to cons, but they go to cons like Anime Expo, where they can have the whole like one corner of the dealer's hall is Sentai or your Funimation,
Oh, okay.
and then so there's that.
Yeah, a lot of my local cons they don't
local cons.
have people anymore. They don't have DVDs in them anymore. And it makes me sad.
I
That makes
remember when
Yeah.
FYE used to go to conventions.
Oh, that reminds me. I saw like a little local con and they have Vic Mignogna as one of their guests, and I was
oh
like,
man,
Oh
is he
no.
still
Oh
Oh
getting
no.
no.
get?
again.
Oh man. Let's not get into that here.
I was actually shocked because we have like two small tiny cons that happen. One's called Blazing Desert Con, which is in like one of our side city types near us. And then we have our YumaCon, and they suck. Okay, they just suck.
You
But
got me going there.
I was shocked though because
Let's
I missed
not throw
out on
shade.
I missed out on Blazing Con here, and they had the voice actor to Gray Fox from Metal Gear. I'm like, how did you afford him?
It wasn't that hard, I
They
guess.
spent all their
It
money on there,
might
or
be
he
the
just
only
was like,
guest.
okay.
Everyone,
Speaking of
everyone else is
speak,
cosplayers.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. You can go, Brandon.
Oh, I was just gonna say, speaking of conventions, there's a new one coming up in Kansas City. It's actually part of Planet Comic Con, and it's gonna be called Planet Anime.
I
And
Hmm.
they announced it 5 months ago, and then they are gonna be announcing all the guests and vendors here in the next couple of months. But it's supposed to be later this fall, and it's some big, huge event they're gonna be doing.
Oh,
There used to be a store called Planet Anime. It's
yeah.
based out of like Houston, Texas.
Yeah,
I
I was going
ordered
to say
Mhm.
stuff
that.
back in the early days, like the Pioneer stuff and other
They
little.
sold a lot of bootlegs though.
Yeah.
You would have known that anyways, man. We're up there. Wow, look at this cool stuff, like this Guyver bootleg thing. I could
Oh
have
man,
picked up.
the
I said,
old
"This is
days
pretty
right here.
cool."
You're just being mean now.
You know, talking
All
about
right.
another convention, there's another one that actually with Media Blasters is putting together in
Really?
New Jersey called Anime NJ this
Oh, I'd
December.
go.
So it's
I don't know
interesting
if I'm.
how they're supporting a new convention, but they are for three
A little
days.
far for me, but
And
that's
just apparently, there's no love for Florida. We all get the trappings and leftovers over here too. Everybody else gets no for the East
You
Coast, West
you
Coast
got
only.
Metro. You got Mega. Quit being a wussy.
Yeah, you got a
exactly.
lot of smaller conventions.
So we got the Pensacon. Woo!
You could also cross the
Yeah,
border and come to my convention like
I gotta go across
MomoCon.
the border to go somewhere more interesting, like you guys can go
Roger
to.
driving? What?
No, I'm not gonna drive all.
It's a
You guys,
drive. I never drive. I go on the airplane. I get off the airplane. I take Uber.
Still love going to Anime Expo because it is a big con, but it's now way too big. That it's
Yeah.
basically Line Con.
Which of
That's
you
They
lives
took
in
away the
Texas? I'll come
VIP.
visit.
Like they took the
Which
premier
con
badge.
isn't Line Con?
what
Anime Expo took away the premier badge, from what I heard,
they did. They took the premier badge, which
which is
sucks for everyone
terrible.
because now you're even longer line
Yeah.
again.
What was
Yeah,
the point of
yeah.
that?
I know. That's stupid. I was like, come on. It is true. You feel like you are one sardine packed with a
Yeah.
million other sardines.
I purposely got the premier badge going to Anime Expo because I didn't want to go through that.
But even then, every event you had to be in line, even with the premier
Oh yeah,
badges.
but it was like a
Every,
regular line instead of like a super long line at least.
it helped a little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it made me feel better.
Well, with a lot of conventions, buying your badge in advance meant you had to wait in a 6 times longer line than just buying it at the door.
Oh boy.
So I would just buy mine at the door, and people are like, I was just like breeze past the super long pre-order line.
The the problem
Now
with
they don't.
that is that some
Yeah,
conventions actually sell out before the con actually happens, so
that's
they
Yeah.
don't
true.
even have at con badges.
And a lot of cons actually stopped selling anything but online sales. So they're like, you
Mm,
can't buy things at the con anymore.
yep.
So it's like I used to be able to breeze past that line. Now I have to stand with the rest of you plebes. Now
Wow.
Wow. You're like, I'm not one of you. I'm above you.
I'm staff. I usually don't have to wait in line, but
Oh,
but
that's the secret there.
it's
Yeah.
worth volunteering that 8 hours just to be able to not have to wait in lines.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
only 8 hours for staffing, or is that just
A lot of
voluntary?
them, yeah. They if you work I think you have to work 4 hour shifts at least at the minimum.
I
You
can
can
do
work
that.
longer.
Hmm.
And if you're tech ops, sometimes that lets you get some background stage stuff going on. Like you get to meet the people who are guests. It was a lot of fun doing that actually.
Yeah,
Mm.
because I know some conventions is a lot more than 8 hours. So.
Yeah, it depends on the con, but I only do like a Momo and Dragon and AWA at the most. So
Cool, cool.
Yeah, the last con I went at, when if you wanted to sit in the front row seats and all that stuff, you had to get the special
fancy pants.
premier packaging deals or whatever.
Yeah.
You get a prepackaged deal. You get a guest autograph, main guest autograph included. Seating within the first 2 or 3 rows. Um, if there was a special dinner or something, you would get to sit with a guest,
Mhm.
etc.
Yep.
And it was really fun. And And even though the patches seemed a lot at the time, you look at them now, it's like that was cheap.
Sadly,
Yeah,
sadly.
exactly.
You know,
Irony.
the dinner thing reminded me of something. I went to Sabaton Con, which is in Phoenix, and the Silent Hill people were there, and that was my main focus. And so I was over there, and I decided to eat at the restaurant because I didn't want to go out anywhere. And I'm like, well, I saved money. Let's eat at the expensive restaurant. So I did. And it's funny, they had like these closed doors, and the whole Silent Hill gang was in there. And I remember Mary Elizabeth McGlynn and Akira Yamaoka walked out. I just kind of like did this, and they're like, I'm like,
Nice.
VIP.
Nice.
I feel like conventions were better when I was younger, but
Hmm.
maybe that's just because I'm old and lazy.
Well, but probably because the old, the things from the past seem to be better than things in the future.
Well, I think it's also because it's more
So,
personal
the
in
old
the
days,
past.
walking in,
Hmm.
ending up getting some signature from some guy like Mickey Motos, and hey, I'm gonna have a finish signature for $10. Sure.
Some guy signed a picture for me, and I had no clue who he was. And then years and years and years later, he's famous, and I couldn't even get in his line. And I was like, "Wait, I already have a signature. How did I end up with this?" And it was because he was nobody like
Mm-hmm.
10 years before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah, Troy
nice.
Baker's guitar pick, so yeah, I feel ya.
Mm,
He was in the Silent Hill group.
yep. I didn't know like Greg Aries was DJing once at one of the conventions, and I had no idea who he was at the time. But it was really
That's
cool
fair.
to find out later that he was the DJ. So it was just like, yay!
And so when we were watching The Last of Us and Troy Baker showed up as one of the characters, I laughed. I'm like, I have his guitar pick.
Lel.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't. I only have like. I need to go to more conventions. I want to go out of state and go to conventions because I want to shop,
Do
and it
it.
has nothing to do with any guests or anything. I just want to go for the dealer's room and forget the rest.
That's why I go to
What's
cons.
stopping you?
Money. Like I don't know. It's like hotels are expensive,
They are,
No, they
and they
are.
and they
That's
jack
true.
it up for when
and
you
they jack
go.
it up for the
Mm-hmm.
anime
Yeah,
convention.
Well, there's con rates for hotels.
Mm. You
yeah.
got. Have
It's
you
still
ever
better than
tried to get a
non-con
hotel
rate.
for a convention? You got to have registered that
Year back
sucker
then.
like 6 months in advance.
For some
And
of them,
It
yeah.
was
for
a
some
year
of
back
them, you have. If you're not there in the first 5 minutes of them opening the rooms up, you're out of luck.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I can
That's why
name
you
a
try to
few.
make reservations ahead of time.
Like
And
that's what
even
I did
then.
with Sabaton Con. They always have a hotel, and I always try to get. But it's been a while since I've gone because the last few times have been a little mediocre. But I was so
Mhm.
excited to get it on that one with the Solid Hill one because I actually rode up in the elevator with the lyricist. I was like, "This is cool," but you
Mm.
can't get that. You can't get that anymore anywhere else.
Hmm.
Yep. And like the anime fandom has grown so much that now every convention is a fight for a hotel room.
Yeah,
So,
that's the big
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, that's true.
That takes the fun out of it.
Well,
yeah.
anime has gone mainstream now, so there's
We
nobody
just
that heard My Hero Academia uh,
Naruto,
or
Boruto.
Naruto or anything, some or Bleach,
Demon
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is.
Slayer.
Every store has manga. Every Walmart has something in there.
Oh
So
yeah.
mhm.
it simply
But
has
it's all mainstream stuff now.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
all
Yeah.
like,
it's
you
just
I
know,
no
don't-
no big deal.
Walmart. The only thing you should get at Walmart
It's
that's
Bleach.
anime, no, is exclusives. If they have an exclusive, get that. The rest of it, forget it. It's like you're not saving money. You're spending the exact same money as you would online. You might save the shipping. That's about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel
And
that way
most.
with Target as well, because I know
Mhm.
like with Target they've had some exclusive like steelbook
Mm-hmm.
Right.
editions.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
like one of the craziest things I ever got, this is actually really funny, is when Final Fantasy 15 came out. They had merchandise that was separate from it to promote the game. So
Mhm.
they I don't know if any of you have played the game, but
Mm-hmm.
there's this chocobo breeder named Wiz, and he has his own potion drinks. And so they actually had Jones Soda make a chocobo Wiz uh, potion drink just for Target. I
Wow.
still have it. It's really funny.
Huh. I didn't
Speaking
even
of,
know that.
I'll be right back.
I think the Steelbook is all I got. The Final Fantasy 15 movie
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Steelbook.
Yeah. I the only thing I bought from Walmart recently was like the My Hero Academia with the big pins. Those were
No, the
the
pig fins.
exclusives they
Yeah.
had, and they had a couple other exclusives I probably picked up, but like the majority of the time when I go on there and I look at what they have, it's like the same stuff on the Crunchyroll site, and you can get that free shipped if you buy enough of it at once. You might as well just save your money and buy it there on sale or something.
I don't know. I've noticed the first two volumes of Bleach on Walmart is actually like $5 cheaper there. So
Though
And
sometimes you get lucky
yeah,
and stuff that's sold out online you can find in the store. If
yeah.
if you live in
yeah.
like a
Taxes.
really remote store,
Yeah.
Always check your local stores. You never know what you find.
always check your local used DVD stores,
Yeah, there's that
If
too.
you're lucky to have any, which we
game
don't
stores.
anymore.
I live out in the boonies, I understand, but I still can drive an hour to like the nearest city. Like if you live in a city, you're set up gold. You have like
Well,
you have
depends on which big
utopia of
city.
options.
Yeah, let's be honest. It depends.
Yeah, it does. But if they have
Ed
their own
knows what I'm talking about.
if
No,
they
we're
have
we're
their
we're
own
blessed, Jenny. We're blessed, actually. Let's be honest.
if
Yeah, I'm like what, 30 minutes away from the city, so 30 minutes away from some stuff.
if you live near a place that has its own anime convention, you're probably okay. But
We
That
used
does
to
help.
have one right here where I am, but they closed down. They didn't make
yeah,
it. They were tiny.
Yeah, they were.
They were like one room. I think all it was a dealer room.
It was
That's
just a
all they
dealer
had
room.
to start.
Yep.
that's what MegaCon is. It's just one big dealer's room.
Mhm.
Yeah, when they assassinated our local movie stop, that really put a dent in things around here.
Fair. I
Yeah.
remember movie stop
Either
fondly.
bought out by whatever company it was, a Raider company, and simply they got rid of they moved out the movies, putting their own junk in, and eventually they sold off like the other ones.
I was gonna say you guys
Yeah,
have at least one store next to you guys. It doesn't
Well,
have much in there, but
but
we
it's
got
something.
FYE, but that used to be a decent anime section, but now it's like a pittance of its former self.
it's just
Yeah, sadly.
yeah. So our mall here in Fort Walton Beach and Santa Rosa is closing down. It's going to be bulldozed and become apartments, so all that's going to go away anyways.
Wow.
Yeah. If you have a local store that sells anime, like a really tiny reuse like used anime store, you
Look at
better
what
buy it. You better
makes
buy everything you want out of it as soon as you find it, because
Mhm.
have like
ten.
a comic store called TBS Comics. They mostly do some manga. They just do a little bit of anime every so often.
Hmm.
If they're really, the closest thing to what we're going to have to that is probably going to be like Second Charles. We just got one in Destin.
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm.
having that, that was a recent addition. Other than that, would have been BAM or Barnes and Noble.
I
That
was
pretty much all the other anime stores have closed down or they morphed into something else.
And you're lucky if your local Goodwill or other thrift stores have anything movie related or anime.
Oh, for sure.
A lot
Oh,
of
anymore?
Always.
Yeah.
That's like a
So
real
okay,
shot in the
ab-
dark.
about that.
the
My
junk.
brother works at Goodwill part time, and they have started taking anything that like they would be considered collectible, including anything anime, and they ship it to other
Yeah.
stores that put it online.
Yeah.
They don't really sell anime in their stores, their small time stores anymore.
'Cause they know it they know it
They
sells
know
now. Yep.
they can make more off of it in their auctions than they
I
can
Mhm.
anywhere
noticed
else.
that with
And
photography
they're
equipment.
my Goodwill. I did find a set of Naruto.
Yeah.
Naruto.
It depends.
Congratulations.
Like some Goodwills
Bleach.
don't, but I mean, majority of them are sending it to the
Majority do.
auction site.
Yeah.
I
Makes
used to
sense.
find a good bit of camera equipment locally and through Goodwill, and now you're lucky to even see it if it make it to the shelf.
Mhm.
So,
Oh, they don't always put the stuff that you donate into the shelf. They ship it out to other stores.
right.
That's wild. How
Mm-hmm.
that even
I sadly have no anime. I mean, we do have a anime. I wouldn't say there's no DVDs, and they have like used manga that's in
that's
like one
something.
only thing. But yeah, that's it. And they mostly sell like plushies and stupid
Yeah, merch.
A lot
merch.
of them are merch stores.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
merch.
Or
The
candy.
because figures,
yeah, yeah.
they're doing the little prize figures and stuff.
Mhm.
Little
Yeah.
blind bags and stuff.
Price figures are like You see them everywhere.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And manga, it's like so many assorted volumes that you're like, well, nah, I'm good.
I'm trying to sell them bulk manga. Nothing crazy. Just to,
Mhm.
I was asking for maybe very little for a nice bulk of manga, just to get it out of my house and put it to a good place. I thought, but they were like, "No, we don't buy manga." I'm like, "Well, that's what's wrong with you guys,
Ah, yeah.
Just send them
Well,
over to me, Domino.
right?" Like I said, come on over, guys.
We have to go to your house
Right?
to get
I
our
don't
manga.
I don't think physical media is dying, but I do think it's becoming bought out by the growing community. Like we didn't have this many anime fans 10 years ago. Like now everybody wants their collections, you know.
Every decade adds
Mhm.
more. Yep.
Mhm.
I think it's just getting more cultivated into a very niche group of people more than ever. A really strong
No,
group, but it's not what it used to.
I
It's
don't think
because
I agree that it's niche anymore. I agree it's becoming
I
mainstream.
mean for
that's
physical
because
media, not for anime.
But
Oh,
that's why
okay.
the prices on physical media went up so much, is because the demand is higher, and
Well,
there's fewer copies
Yeah.
floating around now.
I think
I
just
think
less
Mhm.
people
copies in
see stuff
general.
on, that's what watching on, on the internet, and then they discover that what is this DVD thing, anyways? Just
Yeah.
like what are these record things? And they get it in their hands, and whoa, this is so cool! I'd like to get more of this. Someone's going, what? Oh, the bastards to get this thing, my god! Of course, that excites them. They want to look for stuff, and pretty soon they have a collection like we did.
Well,
But
it's
yeah, but I
also
think it's a lot
the
more.
the YouTube unboxing kind of took things off too.
Yeah, that's really it was kind. I used to watch those things a lot, just because I couldn't see all different things, or I wanted to verify if this box set was something that was really cool or not.
Mm.
Yeah.
Facebook's Second and Charles, what was the other one? Bull Moose.
Price books.
Bull Moose are they're like huge.
Oh, Bullets, yeah, there's another
They're
guy.
huge used DVD places that do not post their stuff online usually.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
You have
so
to go
sometimes you have
locally
to
to those
like
places.
yeah,
Mhm.
sometimes you have to go to like local shops and even like college towns. I know
Mhm.
in Lawrence, Kansas, there's a
Yep.
couple of shops that carry anime, and there's like rental stores, which the rental market is not even it's like
Yeah.
non-existent in the United States, but it's
Yep.
huge over in Japan. And so
Surprisingly.
yeah,
The
and it's
smaller
funny
game
because
stores
in
for
Japan, they actually will produce exclusive artwork for just the rental copies of an anime series. Space Dandy has like um, three special pieces of art
Oh
for
wow.
their volumes because it's only usually available on DVD, and so the DVDs are spread across more volumes than it is on Blu-ray.
Mm.
So, and they've done it for some other shows, but like here in the United States, yeah, the rental market isn't that big. And so when you see like a small little rental store pop up in like a college town, you can always pop in there and sometimes they'll have anime for sale. And you most of the time it's used stuff, but
Mhm.
it's pretty cool.
Hmm. The times when that happened to me, I usually just see them use generic cases for the anime, though. Sadly, when they're trying to
Yeah.
sell it, but
Mhm.
We lost Eileen to the void.
apparently so. I blame Domino.
Me. Now I'm number two.
Uh-oh.
That's what it is. Now I'm the second.
Let's see.
I just want to go play my game.
What game?
What game?
I'm
Yeah.
playing. I'm addicted to Octopath Traveler 2.
Oh,
Oh, I'm playing that
Uh,
now too. It's
Oh,
so
it's so
good.
good.
Who are you playing as?
Oh, Chet.
I'm playing as Throne. Her
Oh,
story
Throne.
is really
Yeah,
good.
I
Yeah.
finished Throne's story. I got 2 more stories to go,
whoa.
so I'm
Going deep.
close.
it's been
Oh
big.
yeah, I'm like almost 80 hours in.
Oh wow.
Gee,
I
yeah.
think. Yeah.
So
Oh
that's why you
Wow,
yeah.
haven't been
I've
around.
only got
Yeah,
like
that's
13
mainly why.
hours.
Oh, 16 hours. Yeah, you just started.
Oh, I'm just fumbling
Hi
through middle.
guys, I'm playing Octopath.
See you guys. Time to go.
It's Octopath time.
Considering
Well, I
what did I
appreciate you being here, Jenny, from your Octopath Traveler. Come out from the cave.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, what? And then I was looking at, you know what? The only reason was I looked at my phone because Anna wrote me about Final Fantasy stuff. She sent me pictures of those Chocobo plushies.
Oh,
And then I was looking, and then I saw that Ed had posted stuff, and I went, "Oh, we're meeting today." I didn't even know.
Thanks, Anna.
Yep, it was because of her. Yeah, she wrote me at like 4 in the morning.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Time difference.
Mhm.
So you getting the plushies?
I don't know. I asked her for prices. She just sent me pictures, but not really how much
You,
they
sh-
cost.
you should just say yes.
Oh, yes to all three. I think she
Yeah.
sent me like 3 of them.
Yeah, price is no problem for you, right?
I wanted the big one, but it was like 175. I'm like, yeah, no. I wanted the big
US
giant
dollars?
chocobo. Yeah.
How big?
I don't know. I guess I'd have to look it up on eBay to see if they have like maybe measurements,
Okay. Cause
because I really don't know. I know I saw it on eBay and it was a lot more.
but is that with shipping though?
Uh, that was without shipping. I think it was
Okay.
like 200 on eBay,
Okay, so
but
yeah.
not with shipping included.
Okay.
Oh my
oh,
god, I'm no longer number 2.
all right, we got lean back.
No. Oh.
I went and I came back.
Thought you went on vacation.
Yeah. I
No,
thought
I just have old people in my house who are impatient.
I thought
oh,
you were
you didn't play
Octopath
Octopath
too.
Traveler?
Yes.
Oh God! Everybody's playing it. They should.
You should
Might
be
be one.
watching.
I'm
I'm
Should be
actually terrible
playing it.
at
Oh.
games.
time on Soul Calibur 6.
You
That's
still
all I'm doing.
undefeated?
Oh yeah. I was telling people, Roger, that you were like obsessed with fighting games.
I'm obsessed with that particular one.
Oh, just that one. And you
No,
have you have like your main that you play all the time.
yeah,
Arena.
absolutely. That's the only one I play with. That's it.
Yep.
What was that card you made back in
Or
the day?
ass kicking. That's the only one I play with.
Is that like the one game? Like everyone seems to have their one game that you're like really, really good at and just brings you joy because you're
Back
really,
then it
really
was
good at it.
Michelle Chang, champion. Yeah.
Whoa.
But I suck at it now. It's been a while.
I don't have a game I'm good at.
Yeah,
My
your
my
your
brother,
theory has
my
been disproven.
And then with
well,
Soul Calibur, I was a Taki main, but when people made me mad, then I was a Sumina main because I could use her very cheaply.
You're cheesing people.
She like to do the pokes and zone as ring outs and other.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd enjoy using her at a distance. That's best
she's a good, distance fighter, that's for sure. And it's funny because people will be like, "Well, I'll play as Nightmare, which is very cheap," and I'll be like, "Well, then I'll be Sumina. I'll fight back."
Well, the thing is, it's really easy to get a ring out with Taki, actually.
It is. It really is. That's why I said I love Taki because she is. You gotta get up close, but you can throw far.
Oh yeah, really far.
I know that if I hit A a lot, I win.
If I hit AFI, I
That is
win.
good for Nightmare and Sumina, 100%.
You need to do the down kick multiple
Oh, the
times.
down kick. Yes, down kick. The down
I
kick.
just I just
That
know the
version of the
Chung Li
Mortal
move.
Kombat.
That's about it.
Yeah, there you go.
The spinning
Yeah,
bird kick. I used to do that and I was happy. I was like, oh, she's doing it.
the only
Yeah.
character I was ever good at playing was Kirby on Smash Brothers, and the rest of them forget it.
Oh, Kirby's cheap.
I
He
cannot
is
do
cheap, but
Smash
I love him.
Brothers. I
I
will
love
never
it.
know where my character
I never
is.
played Smash
Oh,
Brothers.
it's Smash. Yeah, I'm not a big Smash fan,
Can't
to be
stand Smash.
honest. Nope.
I will pick a
Nope.
character and then I have no idea where my
Yeah,
character is.
I'm like, where did I go? I'm like, I'm
You know,
dead.
there's an
Okay.
arrow that helps you that to.
It's like this small. Little arrow. You got like explosions going on. You're like, where the hell are you?
And then if
Snake?
it's a stage that moves and everything else, I'm just like, okay, I'm out. Like,
My favorite
yeah.
thing is when I know I'm gonna lose and there's only me and one other guy left, I'll suck him up and we'll commit suicide together.
You throw them out, you jump off the edge.
much.
Hilarious.
Wow.
That's funny.
It's like they're like, you're dirty. You're a dirty player. And I'm like, yes, yes, I am.
I
I
also picked up
yeah.
the Samurai Showdown Mega Package on Steam as well, but I haven't really played much of that.
Which one?
Mostly it's been the Soul
Wait,
Calibur
which
or
mega
uh,
pack?
what's that thing called? The literacy or literal club or what's it called? The well, whatever it is, whatever it's called,
The
the
only
literacy club or whatever it was.
the only Soul Calibur I have is the one with Link in it.
There we go.
It's
Yep.
Soul Calibur 2.
So the
It was
GameCube?
Yeah,
Yeah.
GameCube
Yeah,
version.
on the GameCube.
I like the Xbox with Spawn.
I picked the GameCube just for that game. I thought it was the only one going to have Soul Calibur 2. So, oh no, I got to buy a stupid Nintendo product. Oh my god!
You poor baby.
I picked up GameCube, picked up Soul Calibur 2, and Eternal Darkness.
Eternal
Ooh,
Darkness is
okay.
like
What?
supposedly really good.
Hey,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
never got a GameCube during
Quality.
GameCube times, but I have like 6 GameCube games, and all of them are the like rare ones. I have one of the Batten Kaitos. I have that Fire Emblem that's worth a lot.
Oh yeah, I have one
Mm.
of those.
And I don't see it over there.
The only thing I have on GameCube is
The
Zelda stuff.
Arcadia one, Skies of Arcadia.
Oh, anything Zelda.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah.
Arcadia was on Dreamcast, and I know I bought that on Dreamcast.
Yeah, it was on Dreamcast too, yeah.
Was it Grandia 2? Souls
Yep.
Skies of Arcadia,
And
Soul Calibur.
Mm-hmm.
I did buy the Sonic and Tail game, but I didn't really play very much of that. I just bought it for Soul Calibur, and I played that game for like 8 years.
I have like the crappy Grandia 2, the PS2 version.
Hey,
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that was still legit.
Hey, I still played it. You know, as a kid, I
Yeah.
went, "Oh, this is awesome." You know, I didn't care.
I
Yeah,
like Grandia 2 on the
yeah,
PS2.
I mean,
yeah. I beat it on the
Yeah.
PS2.
Grandia 2. I mean, Grandia 2 is a real good game.
Yeah.
I do agree that the PS1 or PS2 version of it was flawed. And something happened in the translation. All the models were fidgety and gadgety and fidgety, But at least the story was intact.
Yeah.
And you can get it on the Switch now, so
Get on the Switch.
yeah. I
It's
heard
like
it ran pretty good. I think I played a little bit of it just to see if it played like I remembered. It
I
seemed to
have
play better.
I haven't played it yet, but
I
yeah,
still
I
need to
have.
play Grandia 3. That's the only
I
one
need
I
to
need
play
to do.
Grandia 1.
My
I've never beat
Ah,
1.
come
I
on,
recommend
Jenny.
I
that one.
came in with 2 and beat 2 and 3. I have to go back and beat 1.
So we're
The
the opposites
original
then. Have you played
Yeah.
Extreme? Grandia Extreme?
No.
Okay,
No.
don't.
I have it, but I
It's
haven't
terrible.
Don't.
played it. It's terrible.
Yeah.
You guys, it's terrible. Don't play
Unless you
it.
love going through dungeons after dungeons nonstop,
Yeah.
then
There's
Like,
no
sure.
towns? There's no town?
No,
This
not
Grandia,
really.
Gosh, I haven't
Oh,
played that
okay.
in
the
so
Grandia
long.
thing, or
Basically, it's just
something like that.
Diablo. Huh?
It's a dungeon crawl. All it is.
Yeah, that
Oh,
really is the whole
okay.
point.
That's the Grandia Unlimited. There is an actual Grandia 3
Hmm.
that actually is an RPG, not just a dungeon crawler. Just
Yeah.
like
3 was good. I liked 3.
Three was good. The mom kicked ass in
Yeah,
3.
she did.
I
Yeah.
need to play that.
I liked Grandia 3. I
It,
know
it
it's
was okay. It's all right. It has the standard story of boy meets girl. Girl is special in some way. Boy must protect girl, and there you
The
go.
standards.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a standard RPG fantasy story. Yeah.
It was more about
Most
Dakota
that,
anyways.
So if it does have his mom in it helping him for a while, which is kind of funny.
Hmm.
She's
And then
totally-
they leave. They leave at some point, but yeah, they're in the story.
the tendency to have like boss guests, like your mentor guests, and they kind of take care of you for a period of time.
Oh
and
yeah, something like it's kind of like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
Speaking of RPGs, who got that? Who ordered the Nisa, the Rhapsody, the Marl Kingdom Chronicles? Anyone else excited about that?
More
Uh,
Kingdom.
I am.
You never
I am
played
for
Rhapsody?
sure.
Oh,
I
yeah,
played the first Rhapsody. I'm excited to play the second
this
one.
is
Yeah.
the first time America's getting the Marl Kingdom
years and
series.
years ago, but I don't think it would happen anymore. But
Rhapsody is more. I mean, I could see them not knowing what it is just because
Super
it's
easy RPG.
it's a very easy RPG.
but
Yeah.
it's so cute and it's fun.
It's a musical too. They sing in it.
Oh,
They sing
hence
and the little
Rhapsody.
sprites dance and stuff. Yeah. It's
and it's
it's the
hilarious.
girl saving the boy. It's like an opposite kind of story.
And it's hilarious.
It
Like
is
the
funny,
villains
yeah.
are funny. The evil queen has her own song, and it's just my favorite song.
They all sing. It's almost like watching an anime Disney movie, kinda.
It's just funny, and then but
But it's funny.
the
Fantasia.
sequels have, and this came out back then for us on the PlayStation. Good luck getting it now, but you can get it on Switch now. But they're bringing these sequels that have never been to America finally, and I'm super excited.
Yep, they're doing the sequel where I think it's her daughter
Her
or
daughter,
something.
yeah,
Yeah, it's her daughter. Her telling her a story, like a fantasy. Well, no, like a fairy tale, like telling her a fairy tale story or something.
but yeah, you guys really should play that if you're big into old niche style RPGs because it's
It's kind of girly though, I'll
a
admit.
little, but
They
it's still
they
pretty
might
fun.
they might like Thousand Arms better.
Well, they'll like the Queen. Marjorie definitely is showing.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Thousand Arms you guys would like just because the main guy's a perv and you date women in it and it's a visual novel mixed with an RPG.
The sad part about that is it's the closest we're ever going to get to Tokimeki Memorial in America. It's the closest we got to it and it didn't sell well. I said, nope, we don't want to do that. Konami said, we're not going to do it. Americans hate dates and stuff like that. Not going to do it.
Oh yeah, I could see that just because when it came out. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I saw anime on the cover. I went, I want to buy that, and so I bought it, and that was the end of that. So
the date sim. It's like, whoa, another game just like Tokimeki Memorial. I can't believe I can watch it in English now. I don't have to get my Japanese guide, translation guide on it. I said, this is the game? You know, what if it failed? It sucks.
Terrible at Thousand Arms though, because I would, you know how every time you go into a new town, you
hmm
would talk to your members and you
yeah.
could date one or whatever. I would be like, okay, I'm dating this person this game, and then I go to the next town. I'm like, okay, it's your turn. I'm just never like
You were rotating.
I was
You were.
rotating them.
Hmm.
I know you'd meet different girls in different towns too. Like there was like the
Yes.
older woman, and I love the chick that was writing notes about you. Like you'd be talking to her, and then she'd turn around like he's really stupid, and she would be writing that down in like her book or something.
Yeah,
Or the scientist girl that wanted to experiment on
I
you
remember her. Yeah. Oh my
with in the frog suit. I
gosh,
remember that.
PS1 RPGs just hit better than they do now.
It was a
I have
simpler
to say
time.
they were able they like took a lot more risks
Yeah.
with stuff. I mean, we're talking about a musical RPG, and then
Even
you have one that was a
even the
dating
soundtrack.
sim.
And now they have simply have big stuff like the Persona or Shin Megami Tensei or this Final Fantasy or something like that.
But Persona wasn't big back then. Nobody
No,
talked about
Persona
No,
was
Persona was
tiny.
tiny, yeah.
Yeah,
Even
it
Shin
wasn't
Yeah.
the
Megami,
first game,
tiny.
Nobody
but
even
yeah,
liked the first game. I don't even think it did very well. The very first one.
it
Persona,
was.
yeah, it was a
Three's
niche.
when it really hit off.
Yeah,
Commanders of the
when three hit
Three,
is when it hit.
three
Yeah.
hit when three hit is when
Yeah,
Hmm.
people started to take notice of Persona at
Yeah.
all.
yeah.
Yeah.
Xbox, original
And I
Xbox.
think it was just because of the graphics and the way the story was told differently. Like it was a dating sim, basically. Well, life sim,
Well, that
you
and
know.
also PS2 was huge, also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it two
Combination of
really took
that.
off.
We even got
I thought we'd never get it because I remember seeing stuff for it in Japan, and I went, well, we're never gonna get that game because of like some of the subject matter and the way the characters summon their persona. I'm like,
Mm.
we ain't gonna get that, and then we did. I'm like, okay,
Alice was like, "Hold my beer."
yeah. I was like, no, we're doing it.
some things have changed. You know, we never thought there's certain subject matters will never be released in America because of the the sensitivities towards different kinds of sexes and relationships, and we don't want them to do demon summoning and stuff like that. We'll call it frog summoning instead and stuff like that. But things have changed quite a bit. I must admit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like Sailor Stars never was going to get a release until now.
I know.
Well, that was something I always
Excited
thought would
by
never
that.
happen, but it did eventually.
They
So
got a shirt at Hot Topic now you can get with all three of them on it too.
yeah, our hot topic closed
The
down
Starlight.
with the stores.
It's on like I saw it online when I was looking around.
Nice. Target's been
Yep.
getting a lot of Sailor Moon shirts too. I was like, "What?
Man,
Oh
it's been a
really?
long
Cool.
time.
What a time to be alive!"
I know. I was like, can I go back to being a teenager maybe now? Like now that everything's like in the store.
Like that's gonna stop me from wearing anything.
Oh, I'll
Like-
still wear it, but
I don't care about nothing. I'll be wearing cartoon shirts until I'm 80.
Me too, though currently I'm wearing Linkin Park, but whatever. Linkin Park.
Well, I'm wearing Punisher, so
I had my
God,
Jujutsu
Tom.
Kaisen one at work last week, where he's like eating the finger. He had the finger in his mouth or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of that, we were
Oh.
just talking about that on Geek Nerd, which is the comic book shop that I use from Oregon. They're selling a candy soon where their fingers.
Oh my
Are-
God, are they? I have to
Yep.
have them.
that's messed up, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome. That's
so
cool.
keep an eye out for those.
Are they gonna be like? Are they gonna be like gushers in the middle where the blood comes out when you bite into it?
Aw, that's just
They're definitely gummies, though. From what
wrong.
I understand, they're definitely gummies.
Y'all are wrong.
So what is this? Melts in your mouth, not in your hand?
Yeah.
Melts in you- melts. It is your hand though.
I'll make
That's
a good
twisted.
energy snack, huh? Eat these fingers.
Oh my God, I can
Yeah,
see them
we're
doing
waiting
that.
for those. We're gonna probably have a lot of innuendos on that live sale, I'm sure.
I bet. Crazy.
Messed up.
This last Wednesday, because that Wednesday is when they do their live sale of the new stuff. They had the Dragon Ball Z gummies, which are Dragon Balls, and
Oh,
we
that's
spent the whole night talking about eating chewy balls. So I get
Um.
All
nice.
right there.
Okay.
All right there. That's
Back to you,
branched into a weird place.
RPGs, Dragon Ball Z. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, you weirdos.
You know why I picked Ochette though, my main character? Cause she's she's pretty much like a Pokemon trainer. Any of the monsters you face, you can capture them and then use them in battle.
Oh,
Just
seriously?
like yeah, yep.
That's awesome.
That's why I picked her because you'd be going around the map anyway, and I thought, well, then I can just capture them. You can also, if you beat a boss, you can go back to where the boss was, and they'll become a regular enemy, and then she can capture them. So you can capture bosses
Whoa, that's
too.
cool.
Yeah.
This is Octopath.
Yep. Octopath Traveler
So
2.
are you
Yeah.
gonna buy me a copy?
I know Ed has it too. Don't you, Ed?
I don't have the limited edition.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
I have the limited for the first game, but the second one just didn't really get me to
But
buy it.
strategy type.
Is it because
RPG,
it was
so
too
I didn't
expensive?
bother.
That was part of it. The other part of it is that I don't know. The first one was okay.
Oh, you didn't like the game,
It
is
was
what you're
okay.
saying?
Yeah,
It's
it was okay.
strategy based, right?
It was
Strategy
okay for me just to get the standard.
Okay.
It's strategy based, right? The Octopath.
It's turn-based.
Turn-based, yeah.
Was it just turn based?
Yeah, you basically break enemies to do damage. So you break their shields. Kind of like, it's got a little bit of Bravely Default in there, I guess.
Or
But
maybe
once you break them, you do more damage, and you can boost. You know how you boost in Bravely Default? I think one of the guys worked on it, is what it is, too.
Makes sense.
maybe I'll
if that's
grab
the
a
case.
standard edition at some point.
Yeah, I'd wait.
Yeah.
Wait till Christmas time
Yeah,
Yeah.
standard is
when they
still
go
about
on sale.
30, 40. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
doable. Standard's doable.
hmm
I ain't getting no collector's
If
edition.
you're getting
Yeah,
like
collectors is
100.
pretty expensive now.
I bought it. I bought the collector's edition, but I really liked the first game.
The
So
last collector's edition I did buy was off of Jenny, which was that Fire Emblem.
the one for Fire
That's
Emblem,
funny.
yeah. I had two, and I was like, "Hey, anybody want it?" And then it was funny because Dave came on there. He's like, "Dang it, mine was." He was like, "Mine was damaged. I want
Yeah.
that one." Yeah, he wanted it. And then Domino was like, "Mine."
Me. The price was right. I liked it. We went for it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not charging them scalper prices. I'll just sell it
Jenny
for a
was
little
very
above what
fair.
I paid.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, I don't think there's a whole lot of people who can afford scalper prices anymore.
oh my god, I want the Resident Evil 4 collector's edition, and I'm like, holy shit.
Speaking of Resident Evil 4, did you hear about all those poor people at GameStop?
Oh yeah, they
Oh
lost.
yeah, that totally
That
sucked.
yeah,
Wait,
that's
what?
what
Yeah.
happened to me. I was waiting around for months for my
Oh, they
collector's
canceled
edition to
pre-orders?
show.
And they cancel pre-orders on
Yeah.
Yeah,
people that went and bought it like in store or something.
yep,
Wow.
yeah, they did it to in-store people. Now I'm not ordering from GameStop ever again.
That's just
Nope,
terrible.
Yeah, I've kind of
I'm
Yeah.
not
switched
doing
from
it.
GameStop.
Yeah.
They just screwed over my other. My friend was getting them. He had a pre-order for the Xbox and PlayStation 5 edition. He was actually going to sell me the PlayStation 5 edition once it came in at the retail price.
Mm.
But he
They
lost
got
both of the
canceled.
pre-orders.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody's mad. I
yeah,
remember
they're
I saw
mad.
people on Facebook angry about it.
Yeah,
That they
There,
so and now people are saying whether they're safe or whether they're not because there's some people that are gonna get theirs and some people that are
yeah.
not.
I just wanted to
So
buy. Originally, I just wanted to buy the statue for
you just
Luke.
want the statue like me, yeah.
I want the
I
statue
just want the Leon statue.
of
Yeah.
Leon Hot Pants Kennedy.
There we
there,
go. Yep.
it's just
Mr.
another,
Kennedy.
it's just
Speaking
another
of
one where they're
statues,
overselling.
the statue for Final Fantasy 16 looks amazing.
Oh my god, it looks so awesome. I know.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't wait for this to show up.
Ooh, I still want one of the main guy, but hey,
Yeah.
you
me
take
too.
what you can get.
Have any of you seen the gameplay video they released? There was the embargo got lifted for all the advertisements for the game a couple weeks ago, and so a lot of the media were able to post their videos of them playing the game, and it looks amazing.
I'm a little worried. I was a little worried on how it's going. I guess I'm just gonna have to play the game because my thing is when I think Devil May Cry, I think being locked in a room and fighting and then going a tiny little hallway and then locked in a room and fighting and I'm worried that's what the game is gonna be.
I mean, it could be.
And it's
It could
just gonna
very
feel like
well
Devil May Cry with a Final Fantasy skin over it,
But
and
Well,
that's
I
But
think what the deal is like.
Final
Go
Fantasy
ahead.
13 is exactly like that.
that's
Yeah,
true.
it is.
That is
But
true. I am worried it's gonna be kind of similar to that in
Yeah.
some ways. Though
but I will.
I didn't mind 13. I just didn't like the pacing of that game. I didn't like how the story was set up and
Yeah.
what they did with it. Yeah.
But I will say with Final Fantasy 16, so the whole deal behind it, because they were releasing interviews with Naoki Yoshida, the director of the game, and the guy who directed and basically saved Final Fantasy 14 from like the ground up after the
Yeah,
original director got fired
Yoshi
from
P.
Square Enix. Yeah,
Yep.
Yoshi P. Uh, he basically went out and said that the term JRPG is discriminatory
Mm-hmm.
and that they
Yeah.
wanted to make a Final Fantasy that was outside of the realm of what they have done before. So now we're getting a game that's going to have so many different elements from blood to gore. There's like
Which I'm all
sexual elements. There's hate crime stuff. I mean, literally everything
We're
across the
getting a
board
more
is going to be
mature
in this
Final
game.
Fantasy, which is
Yeah,
where I thought they
yeah,
should have went with 15.
what I
I
want.
thought
yeah,
15 should have went
And I
there.
want
yeah,
a
and
cry fighting system. I'm ready for it.
See, you want it.
yeah. Well,
See,
it's
I'm
interesting.
hesitant with that, but we'll see.
Well, it's
I'm in to
it's
see.
interesting because the game they've already announced that the actual full playtime of the game is just to experience the story is 35 hours, but there's 11 hours of cutscenes that's separate from the 35 hours of story mode that
Mm,
you experience. They said that the 11 hours of cutscenes is totally separate from the cutscenes you'll see during battle. Plus, there's 70 to 80 hours of side quests and extra content, and the cutscenes in those are outside of the 11 hours of cutscenes that they're doing for the main story.
So it is going to be
Am I
13.
join them?
A lot of
It's going
cutscenes.
to be huge. They have said that it's not open world, but it's not linear.
Oh,
It'll probably
So
be open zone.
what?
Maybe
yeah,
it'll be open
it probably
zone going
will.
from one kingdom to another. That's what I'm thinking.
Somebody was saying that it may be like God of War.
Wait, what were you trying to say, Roger?
It'd be something like Final Fantasy Tactics, where you can just choose what region you want to go to.
No.
Kind of
No,
like Final Fantasy
I don't think
12
so.
because
Yeah,
the
probably like
world map was
12.
like that.
Yeah,
Oh, MMO style. Well,
that's what I'm
world
thinking.
anyway.
That makes sense because, Yoshi P does 14, so he's going to make it MMO style.
One of the
probably.
most interesting things about the game also is that they are offering accessibility features, kind of like how more recent
Yeah.
games like God of War and Last of Us are doing, but they're not doing it through the main menu. They said they wanted to incorporate it within the mechanics of the game so that you'll actually have items or accessories that you equip to utilize the whole functionality of accessibility. So, for example, one of the examples that they gave was that you would equip an item on Clive, the main character, and if you wanted to do a, you know, a like a full-on combo
You just hit a
for an
button.
attack, you hit one button.
You hit one button
But
over and
the
over again.
sacrifice there is that you use up an either a item slot or an accessory slot,
Slot. Yeah.
which is actually pretty cool because it also provides a challenging experience for the people that do want to use accessibility features.
If you
So
want to
I
know
think it'll be kind of
too, if
cool.
you want to know too what he said about the JRPG thing, because I don't completely agree with you, you can watch Skill Up's review of the game. Well, not his review, but his overview of it, because he's the one that asked the question, and he's the one that quoted him. So you can watch his little overview of it on YouTube, and you'll get, the full story of what he said, because everybody blew it up out of the, into
Yeah,
this big
Oh,
thing
I
that
kept seeing all
became.
these little
Yeah.
snippets everywhere, and I was like, "Oh,
Mhm.
interesting." Like,
Yep, if
huh.
you watch Skill Up's overview, because he got to go to Tokyo and go to Square Enix and play the game, basically. Or did he watch someone play it? It was one or the other. But he got to ask them questions and stuff. And he's the one that called it a JRPG, and he felt like he offended him, and but then he explained why he felt that way.
Mm.
So he
They might
said
be
it's just
telling-
it's just a RPG in Japan. We don't call it a JRPG.
well, they
That's
wouldn't. Yeah.
No,
yeah, it
there's no
makes
reason for
sense.
them to.
Yeah, there's no reason for them to.
Yeah.
But I think
Right,
over
right.
here we kind of separate the anime style game,
Hmm.
that's an RPG, from the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been called. I've been knowing that JRPG ever since I've been playing. Those
Yeah,
RPG.
oh yeah, we're
Oh
just
yeah, we're
really
all
used to
conditioned.
it. Yeah.
Think that it's going to be an anime flavored type RPG versus like Baldur's Gate, which is like the humanoid, real proportion kind of figures that run around in little box things.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess
Well, I do think it's kind of funny though, because like Elden Ring is
Hmm.
made in
I was
Japan, but
thinking the
we
same
call it an
thing.
RPG. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Xenoblade is a JRPG, so it's just kind of funny.
what about Dark Souls? Is that an RPG? Is that a European or Japanese one?
Oh, that's
That's
from software
Japanese.
too. That's Japanese.
It's Japanese, but
Dark
it looks
Souls,
Western.
Bloodborne,
Yeah, Bloodborne, all those
Demon
are
Souls,
made in Japan. Yep.
Sekiro.
Sekiro. Sekiro.
Yeah,
Yep.
all from software. You
Yep.
know you're gonna have a hard time when it says from software.
Just be prepared. Roger left. Oh, there he is.
You're like, fresh.
I don't know, looking somewhere underneath the desk.
What's under there? From
I'm
software.
back. The other thing I wanted to say about Final Fantasy 16 was that the game actually has no load times. So like when you're in the middle of an icon fight, the summons, the game is actually loading cutscenes that you will only see once in the game. So if you go and watch the video that I posted in the chat, basically it's Gamatsu's feature of the game, and it was inspired by Attack on Titan actually, and each icon fight is going to be something different. So like this one with Garuda and Ifrit is going to be like a wrestling match, and then you're going to have one that's going to be like a shoot 'em up kind of thing.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting. They said that the reason why they chose the PlayStation 5 as the console to develop this game is that they said no other piece of hardware could run the game, and that they actually worked with Sony engineers alongside the production of the game to create its own game engine. So it's not running on Unreal Engine 4,
No,
5,
it's
or
not. They
Luminous.
said
It's running on
that.
a different
Yeah.
engine. Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't tell them at the time what engine it was.
They
So
said that later on they're going to be running it in a different. They said that later on they're going to be revealing what the engine is. But yeah,
Okay.
what were you going
Yeah,
to say?
I kind of wondered if Sony was backing them to help them run this game because they've had such a hard time, with Luminous Engine and then having to shut Luminous down.
True.
I
Thanks,
kind of wondered.
Forspoken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, I was kind of sad. I was the only one going, man, I wanted more. I wanted more 15. I did.
I did
I
too. Oh
wanted,
yeah, I did
yeah,
too. I was really sad they canceled all that downloadable content for that game.
I
But
was too.
Tabata, who
Yeah.
left, I
Now
think
he's
he got
doing
a little.
NFTs.
Yeah, and I think the
Yeah.
problem is I think he got a little over his head as far as the development of that game because I think there was a lot of promises made that he couldn't keep up with,
That's not
and
unusual,
so
sadly.
I think that's really where the issue was,
I don't
you
think
know.
we'll ever know completely what happened. I think they just made him take the fall for pretty much everything, and I don't think it's all his fault
No,
for
no,
sure.
again, I don't think it
I
is
think
either.
a game being in production that long, something's going on that
Oh
isn't.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, with Nomura was originally at the helm, and it was such a dark. Um, trying out the game actually would have been kind of cool, uh, but yeah, I mean, I like what
Hmm.
15 did. It was just this like modern like road trip formula that like
Hmm.
no other Final Fantasy title had ever done before. And I felt like it was a good way for them to branch off into something different.
Well,
And Final Fantasy 16 is now doing that again. And it's funny because I just saw this article pop up last week about how there's the possibility that Final Fantasy 17 is going to go back to pixels and sprites in
What?
order to like recapture, yeah, in order to recapture something different of the old days, is what this article was saying.
Maybe they'll do the 2D HD style of Octopath,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, or yeah, maybe they'll do like what Fantasian did and do like dioramas for their backgrounds.
it could be.
Hmm.
I don't know what they're gonna do. I
I
think
would like that
they're
better.
really trying to make that money because Square's I think is hurting,
Oh, for
you know,
sure.
for
100%.
sure. Mhm.
100%.
100%.
art was that original for 15? Because if you remember Final Fantasy 8, you do get a car.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's true.
I played it because of the car.
Yeah, I figured you did.
yeah, it was so cool. They actually made an Audi vehicle that
You
looks like
played
that
15
car.
because of the car head, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, you rode out
Yeah. The
Oh, you
car
rode out
gets
gas.
hurt though.
Don't remind me, Jenny.
Was that the saddest part in the game? Were you crying?
No, I wasn't crying.
The car was actually really the best character in the
The
game.
car,
The
yeah,
car was
carcoon.
indeed best. Best boy.
It'd have been funny if at the end of the game the car backs up and rolls over Noctis and Noctis gets isekai'd. And he's like, damn it.
That's how you get 16.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
true. Oh
he
my
ends
God.
up in
Clive is secretly
16.
Noctis. Oh,
Yeah, there
talk
you
about a
go.
plot twist.
I
That'd be
know.
No,
so cool.
that's how he ends up in Kingdom Hearts, didn't you know?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Is
That's
Kingdom
right.
Hearts the isekai location for everyone?
There we go. Yeah, it is.
Oh man.
Oh,
It
that's how
is.
it's Leon.
And then
Honestly,
they
I
start
could not
talking all cryptic, and I'm like, what?
honestly, I could not get into Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know. There's something it's so convoluted now. Like they should have just like ended it with the second game and be like, "Hey, let's not do like 1.5 and all these like Game Boy Advance games and let's not make it
I,
confusing." Final
I feel
Fantasy
like that.
15 though was like I felt like they really capitalized on the DLC market, because they were like, hey, spend $20 and try out one of the other characters, and experience more of the story. Like, I thought that was kind of cool. And they did like the Chocobo Moogle Festival, which, by the way, honestly, that was my jam right there. Like, that was one of my favorite pieces of content, like, ever for a game. I'm like, sweet, we get to like run around in this like Venetian city, and there's all these like people wearing party hats and having fun. You can go fishing and earn prizes. I'm like, heck yeah,
I like the
that's awesome.
Assassin's Creed
I'll be right
one.
back
Oh,
in.
yeah, that
I
one was
did
great.
because it was fun. It actually had a pretty decent storyline. I was surprised.
Yeah, I was
Yep.
surprised too. Yeah, I thought it was
Hmm.
done really well.
Still burning about that poor choice of button that when you're at the festival and the girls, you have to collect all the ribbons from the girls, and you accidentally double head stab them because you have to wait like 2 seconds
Yeah.
longer.
Oh yeah. Oh, that
Or
was so
the
annoying.
or the pickup
Cringe.
button is the jump button.
Right.
Who
And you end up
decided that? Like, really? I look foolish right now. I look foolish because I go
Yeah.
pick an item up and I'm jumping. I'm like,
this
okay,
beautiful festival ended in tragedy as Eileen double stabs them in the head
you're stabbing
multiple
everybody.
times because she's impatient and hits the button before it shifts. Trigger happy.
That reminds me of like in Resident Evil 6, I was playing multiplayer once, and I had never played multiplayer before, and my partner got hurt. And my friend's like, "Oh, you're gonna help them." So I was holding them for a minute, and I went stab, stabbed them. I didn't
Whoops.
mean to. I hit the wrong button, and I'm like, "Oh
Yeah.
no, they hate me now." Stab them.
Oopsie. It's like, hey, learn how to do this skill, but the skill is also your attack button, and you just
Yep.
start. Oh, I didn't mean to hit you. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay, here's a title.
They don't have to
It's
believe.
like one of my favorites from years ago. It's a Vagrant Story. Has anyone
Oh
ever played that?
God.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
I
talk about
played a little
throwback.
bit of it. I never beat it.
It was really good, but it is a hard
It
game.
is hard. It is
It is
hard.
like
It's
the
like it's like
precursor
a
of like
Dark
From
Souls
Software
RPG.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's hard.
It's
Even the beginning, even the dragon at the beginning, I had to replay a couple times to beat the dragon, I think. It took some time.
it's
Yeah.
funny because both Tabata, the guy that directed Final Fantasy 15, and then FF14 and 16's director, Yoshi P, were so motivated by Vagrant Stories director. Oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. That's why they wanted to work at Square Enix. But by the time they both ended up getting to work at Square Enix, that director had left. But
Oh, okay.
with 14 and um, 16, you see a little bit of like elements of Vagrant Story in there. Like there's speculation that like somehow the kid, Rosenfeld or whatever his name is like related to the kid in Vagrant Story because he looks like just like him. It's really
Hmm.
funny. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
Vagrant
know.
Story is awesome. I wish they would like port that digitally or something because it's a masterpiece. It's really well done.
At least they did Legend of Dragoon for people. I
Oh
was
yeah, and then they
excited
they
about
patched it
that.
too. I was glad they
Yeah,
fixed
I
all
heard
those
they had to
changes.
patch it. Though it might have ran like crap originally. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and play it again. It might have ran slow, you know.
It did run slow, but
Yeah.
there were some glitches in the actual port, and so yeah. So I'm glad that they were able to clean it up though. I just want to see like a full on remake of something like Lunar Silver Star or Xenogears. That'd be
Oh yeah,
so good.
Xenogear remake. I would love to see that.
Yeah, I would too. That's like one of my
Oh,
favorite
I mean,
role playing games.
I'll be all over that. I would like to see the actual game beginning to end because
Yeah.
that particular game was like cut in half. One part they just lost a lot of money and something happened. So the first part of the game was really really cool, and the game part was really really lame. And so yeah,
I
but
guess I stopped at the right point then, because I
I thought it
owned it, and then I played the first disc and I beat it, and I went to load the second disc, and it was like error, reading error. So
oh,
Aw.
yeah, I never got to see the second half of the
they did
game.
that intentionally.
Wow.
They were like, let's just
Darn.
cut up
They were
this
like, we
disc.
realized our
Nobody needs it.
mistakes. No,
No.
I thought the game was really good, but also Xenosaga was really good too.
Yeah, it was.
oh yeah,
Completely.
Xenosaga.
Yeah.
I'm
One,
sorry, Xenosaga 2 sucks. The
Uh,
second one sucks. It's
We're
so
talking about it
bad.
as a whole, Jenny.
Yeah, the second. I'm sorry, but the second game sucks. I beat
did,
it, but it sucks.
did you guys see that From Software released a brand new trailer today of Armored Core?
No,
No.
Yeah, they
nope.
released a brand new trailer. Yeah, it looks
Huh.
really good.
Is it Armored Core? Wouldn't that be Front Mission?
Yeah.
You're talking about
No,
Front
no,
Mission.
Armored
No.
Yeah.
Front Mission's different. Yeah.
Okay.
Front Mission is Square Enix. Armored Core was it
It's from
Atlas? I
it's from
think.
From
Soft.
software.
From Software
Well,
is
no.
doing Armored.
Originally, Armored Core was I think it was Atlas that did it,
From
but then
software.
From Software is actually doing their own take on it. They're working actually alongside. Maybe it's Bandai. Maybe it's them. I can't
No,
remember.
Armored Core has always been
It's Bandai.
from
It's
software.
always been Bandai, I think.
No, Armored Core, I own it.
Your Domino's like, I know this.
It's
Let me
always
school
from
you.
software.
Oh, it is. It is
Wow.
It
from
is from
software.
software.
Okay.
It is.
Wow.
I
I
grew
had no
up
idea.
one from software was my jam. Echo Knight, Kingsfield, Armored Core. Come on.
I heard Echo Knight's really good.
It
And
is.
it's
They're
like a
making new
horror
one
game.
so bad.
Yeah.
But it's a
Uh,
slow horror game, and people get
But
turned off by that.
honestly, if there's a game I ever want to see remade, it is Bushido Blade.
Oh,
Oh wow, that's
Bushido Blade.
For
that's
sure.
pretty
That is like
cool.
one of the best fighting games I've ever played.
I was so mad when the Wii came out. I was like, this would be perfect to make a Wii version Bushido Blade. Because what do? You're trying to time your slashes and
Yeah.
everything.
They did that for
Never.
Soul Calibur.
Yeah, they did for Soul Calibur. I'm like, Bushido Blade, guys. Bushido Blade.
Yeah.
I played that one and Tabal number 1, and then there's a Tabal number 2.
Oh, those were good too. Yeah.
Where
I have Tobal number 1. That actually features the
like Cloud,
yeah.
like it has Cloud in it.
Are you talking about like
Oh no
is
no
it
no.
called like
Guys.
Guys? Yeah,
Guys.
Guys,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know that needs a sequel with all the newer Final Fantasy characters out there. I know there's
Oh
this
yeah, for
but
sure.
I want a real fighting game with the like guys. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, Dissidia is kind of weird, but I'd rather have guys.
I think it's like the Smash Brothers version.
It was, yeah, sadly.
There were a couple of Dissidias though.
Yeah,
Wasn't
The
there?
last one
Three of
bombed
them.
though so bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was NT or whatever. I think it was that what it was called.
I love
wanted-
guys.
I
Though.
wanted to play that game, but yeah, it was
Which
like
one?
Dissidia.
Dissidia.
I liked it at first, and then it got a little,
Hmm.
repetitive.
Oh, one RPG I liked back in the day was something called Valkyrie Profile. It's where
I
you're
remember Valkyrie
really-
Profile.
you've all the friends you meet
Oh.
all died.
Roger, they just made a new one, so
Yeah,
you
they
need to
did.
pick it up.
Yeah, it's really good.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They did Valkyrie Elysium.
But I think Roger needs a PS5.
Oh yes. Get a
No.
PS5, Roger, hurry up.
I'm a recovering gamer, so I decided to branch off from my elderly kind of gaming path, went to the anime path, and have been on there ever since. But
So you gave up the gaming path?
I gave up the Ghost for a while, for a number of months or years. Even though I did still collect games, I just didn't play them.
That's where I'm
You know what
at.
game? You know what game I think won't take you very long, honestly, is okay, this is really a joke, but I was gonna say Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
Oh my god, don't tell
Well.
him that.
Well.
I mean, is that
That game
more
is so good.
is that more because he's just gonna die at the first boss? Because the first boss ain't that hard.
Beat the last boss right away. But
Yeah.
you.
Oh, I died at the first boss so many times.
Did
Yeah.
you really?
You
No,
can.
I beat Margaret pretty easily. It was the second guy that got me for a little while.
Hmm.
Yeah, I played that game like what was it? 200 hours I put into
I
that
think-
I
game.
think there's somebody who wishes. Oh,
Oh, what's Wade?
And Wade wants to talk.
I've been trying to chew Roger's ear off to play Uteranmono, Prelude, and the other games for a while now.
That's Wade's one true path in life.
You
He
have
can
converted Ross, or Ross converted someone.
Missing
What is it?
anime when you play
that
with
works.
the games.
The anime is good enough, is it not? Especially I like
Not
the second
necessarily the
Mask of
Mask of
Truth. Mask of Truth is pretty cool, and the False Face is even better.
False Faces and the Mask of Truth. The anime,
Oh, those games. Yeah, Roger or Ross is like yeah, he talks about those games
Gone
all the
down
time.
that dark path. He's completed
That
them.
dark path.
Why haven't you been converted, Roger? You have two people, like all in this.
I don't really, only kind of console I have is like the Switch, and I bought the OLED Switches because you can buy it. But I haven't been really excited about any of those games yet. Something I have to play. And I downloaded Steam because I heard that Soul Calibur was available on it, and I found 6 and been playing it ever since. So I just I got to find that RPG that I had a lot of fun with. Like with I finally played Diablo 2. So I'm just going to put a couple minutes on it. It'll be an hour. I'll be done with it. And 8 hours later, it's like bark, 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 bark. I thought I put a lot of time on Diablo 2. And so I was looking at Diablo 3, and I skipped that. Now my probably will play Diablo 4.
See, you still have the game in you.
The beta is out this weekend for
Yeah, it looks
Diablo 4.
fantastic. That's a
You
on
gotta pay to play it though, I think.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think you do.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta pay. So don't do that. Just
Yeah.
wait for reviews, see how that goes. Because people were playing it. I watched streamers play it and they were like it would disconnect them and
Ooh.
then delete their character.
What?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
That's
was like,
special.
okay. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's great. Yeah. So I would just wait. I'd wait for reviews, see how stable it is
Oh
before you
man.
go jumping into it.
Now that
Yeah.
Diablo, I think was a Diablo was a Diablo 3 that had an online component, and you had like try
Hmm.
to get
Yep.
on get on the server, and they would like 5 days later you can finally get on, and they can only play for a short period of time, get kicked off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I remember
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I actually went to my GameStop at 12 o'clock midnight to pick up a copy. And so
Whoa.
like boxes do it. Oh, that's a limited edition. What's one of those? Like, never mind, you can't have any of those. You had to buy those in by hand. What is this bullshit? You have to okay, I'll just buy this one instead. Oh man. And my hope with it and start playing. It's like I can't get off the server. I can't, this is hokey. And so yeah. And so yeah, that's when I decided to put on. I guess I just played that old Diablo 2 thing, and then finally and then discovered it was any good, and I found it was real good. And so yeah.
Does anybody know a Diablo like more like a Diablo clone that I could play? Like one that has like a similar style, but it's not Diablo.
But that was like a real time RPG. So any Zelda game, I guess, is like that. I guess
Hmm.
Diablo is more of a dungeon
Mm,
crawler.
it's like that.
no,
Yeah.
Diablo is more like a loot, like you're just collecting loot.
Yeah.
Zelda, you are
That-
not
well,
collecting loot.
that's Elder Scrolls, basically.
That's Elder Scrolls. Oh, Skyrim. I never
Skyrim.
beat Skyrim. I had my own fun in that game, but yeah,
I
Elder
thought
I
it
Scrolls
was
had.
pretty
Online,
cool.
I spent more time gathering herbs than anything.
Serious ass hours in that game. But
It's good, but it's not. I don't know.
I never
the,
got into
the next
Diablo.
one, the Dragonborn thing, I tried it. I said, I was kind of bored. I said, man, forget it.
I
Yeah,
thought it was weird because you'd be like, I'm the Dragonborn and I'm, controller of dragons, and then you're just killing dragons. I mean, that's pretty much what you're doing. It's
Yeah.
just weird. Yeah.
Well,
So they're
I was
attacking
talking about
you.
the online,
So
the role
I did,
playing,
Oh, you're talking about the online one.
the
Yeah.
MMO. Yeah,
hmm
you spend a lot of time just gathering stuff.
Oh, like
yeah,
grabbing items?
like that.
Right.
Gathering,
Oh,
gathering, and
okay.
killing little
You
things.
they let you gather herbs, they let you gather like minerals and stuff like that, and like materials. And so I spent a long time just in the woods gathering stuff and killing animals. It was it.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
heartless killing animals. I can't believe it.
Well, yeah,
I
you
It's
think
know,
with,
hunting.
you
yeah.
need was on the animal. So it's like okay, and then you didn't always get that item. So if you need like 50 of
Oh,
some kind of
no.
creature's hides, you couldn't just kill 50 and get 50 hides. It'd be like 103, and then finally you'd have all 50.
Oh my god. Yeah, no. I
Classic.
did play Genshin. I can't say nothing. I played Genshin Impact. I tried it.
Do you put money into it though?
No.
Me,
No, I
absolutely
didn't.
not.
Okay.
No, I didn't see the point in that. I could see somebody getting addicted to that though, like because they want the certain character,
Oh
but
yeah, the waifu
Little
simulator.
money
the
in the
waifu, yeah, the waifu husbando.
Yeah, get the extra secret character or the one time release character. It takes forever to get, and not a lot of money.
Mhm.
Thousands.
Oh yeah,
Oh
people.
yeah.
I was watching people on YouTube. There was a guy that I don't remember his name, but he blew $1,000 on Genshin just rolling for characters.
I
I
think
was like, what?
it was a Giga Gook. Was it Giga?
I I don't know. I don't remember now. It
Giga
was
Gook?
a it was a long time ago.
That
That's
guy
kind
is
of
the biggest
got the
simp.
game, and it was completely mystified and blindsided to how much he loved it, and he had to buy more. He had to buy more stuff. Get his
He's
wife.
addicted. He was like He was like inject Genshin into my veins.
No, if you got the money to put that down, hey, all the power
I
to you.
like the character designs. I really do. I can see why
Yeah,
people want to
honestly,
collect
I
them.
just want to buy a Genshin Impact art book is all I want, and then I'm good.
Hmm I like the figures.
There's
I
a
have
lot of
some of
them.
the figures.
Oh, the figures are beautiful.
Yeah, the figures are beautiful.
Books.
Speaking of
But
figures, look at what you can get for just $20. That's actually better than a pop-up parade.
I'm
oh,
really
that's
lazy. I
Asuna.
only want
Yeah,
to play one character.
This was $20, and it looks great.
Yeah, considering the quality of pop-up parades have gone down, yeah, I would agree.
Yeah,
No.
and it's bigger than a pop-up parade. It's like,
That is true. Yeah, it does look bigger.
hey, the Berserk one is nice. I will say
What parade is
So
that?
far, or has it released yet?
it is. I have it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I have it.
well,
It's
put it on.
bigger. It's bigger than a regular pop-up per. It's like $50. And
Oh, is it like the L pop-up
Nice.
parade or
yeah, it's
something?
the L. Yeah. And I bought the Fire Emblem ones because I knew those would be pretty good quality, and they are. They're
Okay,
not bad.
that's
Yeah.
good.
A
But
few
I
pop-up
think it's gonna
parades.
just be like wait and see situation on those, like to see how they turn out, I
Yeah.
guess.
Mm.
They're making more L ones, I noticed. They're making like Miku,
Yeah.
Raphtalia, I think. So
As long as the
Every
quality's up there, I see no problem with it.
I guess it depends.
It's hit or miss, just
It's
like
hit or miss on some of
prize
them.
figures.
Mhm.
That was a Sega prize, and then
Yeah, Sega ones are hit or miss. I mean,
Oh
any
yeah,
of them
Sega are
are.
definitely
Yeah.
more missed than but
Then hit normally.
yeah.
just don't buy the Fate ones. I swear the Fate ones look so empty,
Oh
They don't look
yeah.
good.
which is a shame because I was so excited I was getting them when I got Ryder. I was like, yeah, I finally got a Ryder figure. It was cheap, and I looked at it, I'm like, no wonder you're cheap. You get what you pay for.
Yeah. Most of the
You
time,
were
it's
like,
really what it is.
Sometimes it's worth it.
Sometimes it's okay. You can sit back, put it way back on the shelf, and be like, "Yeah, it looks okay from that distance."
Yeah,
Wow. Wow.
that's
Man,
true.
that's
That's true.
you're not wrong, but wow, that's a take.
hmm I don't know. Prize figures are getting better than what they used to be, though.
Uh,
You
I
can
don't
get
know about
some.
that.
No,
Some more.
Some, yes. Some.
which
Not
ones are better then?
between Sega and Ben Presto. Is that what you're asking, or
L-
like?
like just in general. I know there's more than just those two companies, right?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like a freeing, and
For
there's
you
Good Smile and other. Oh yeah,
with
there's
all the noodle stoppers.
The noodle stoppers are actually pretty good
Are
quality
you
for the
talking about
price, actually.
Furyu or
Pretty decent.
Furyu?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for you. Yeah,
Yeah, the noodle stoppers are good. I
Yeah.
give my okay with noodle stoppers.
I
Yeah.
If
don't
you
have
want to
one.
buy all of those, they're all right.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
want the Chinese Miku one. Like I
Oh yeah,
do.
Okay.
I think it's cute.
my
That's
recent purchase was not cheap.
What'd
Uh-oh.
you
What do
get?
you
Oh
get?
man, let me see.
Oh,
Oh yeah, the
of
nurse.
course.
Yeah, of
Even the
course
price
it's
is
the
still
nurse.
on there.
Yeah, that's that geeking nerd price right there.
Was that?
But
Is that a good price for that?
there's
huh?
Oh,
It was on 34. You can get it for 99, but shipping pretty much makes it the same
I
price.
know about the game.
Uh,
I just
But
that's the first problem.
okay. All right.
Play
Not
it.
surprising.
It's kind of scary though.
there's
oh,
somebody on eBay
understand.
selling it for 400 though. I'm like, you're an idiot.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
But
Well, guys, I've got to head out, but thank you for having me.
You too, Brandon.
All right. Yeah.
You
Thanks for
I
too.
joining,
appreciate
Fun.
it.
thanks, Brandon.
Thank you,
Brandon.
Brandon.
Brand